Hi everybody, we're back with Blades in the Dark. Episode some number, I don't know what we're on.
11, I believe.
Somewhere
11.
on there. Yeah.
Well, I tweeted it was 11, so I hope it's 11.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I lied.
Yeah, it's probably 11. That sounds
Somewhere between
right.
10 and 12. Yeah.
And if you missed out on kind of what this crew, the Legion, has been up to recently, they decided to finally take some more turf here in Crowsfoot. And so they worked with the Hive to get some information about a place where they could sell off the information that they snag from other jobs and make some money for it. So they found out about Brandon's butcher shop, which was being used by the Crows as a place where they pass information through. And they worked with the Hive to take it over by completely above board real estate dealings. Yeah. And everything was fine and totally legal and okay with that. They didn't even worry about it. The Hive handled all that, so it's fine. And so they have the deed and they got the keys and they came to check out their new business and found Brandon, the butcher who previously owned it, in the basement, which they didn't get a key to, oddly, but they had stolen one off another guy. So they went down to the basement and found Brandon down there with a friend who he was allowing to suck the soul out of a living body in his basement. And so they figured out what Puka was feeling before, is that this place is somehow cut off from the ghost field or insulated from the ghost field that exists in the rest of the city, so that spirits can't penetrate through here, and the spirit wardens would have no idea what was going on as long as it was happening in the confines of this basement. And it also happens to have a bunch of tunnels that go to other places in the city, it appears, which is why it's a good covert drop point, because you can get in and out of here through potentially a lot of different places without being seen. So it makes a good place to smuggle through, which also conveniently makes it good for getting bodies in and out without being seen. But some bodies, turns out, go out the front door. But they're not bodies when they go out the front door.
No.
They're sausages or other meat products. which I think they kind of put together. Oh, that's part of what works out here with Brandon is, he can take care of bodies for people if they need him to, because, he has an outlet for meat, and nobody's gonna question a butcher throwing out a bunch of bones and scraps and stuff.
Right, especially in Crowsfoot.
Yeah. So so that was going on down there. That was charming. And we left off with Brandon offered to get in touch with the person who would be their contact for getting information into the hands of people and making money from it. They did see a couple crows watching the door. Luca kept an eye on them for a little bit, and Brandon went to see if he could identify them. Didn't know who they were. They eventually moved on. They didn't do anything. But I think the crew kind of suspects that the crows might not be entirely happy about losing their bit of turf here. And this may have somebody in the crows may start to put together what has happened here. Given that Needle was their guy that was associated with this turf, and now somebody else has taken it over. Shortly after Needle got beat up and his keys got stolen, I don't know, things might be kind of falling into place in terms of what they've been up to. And there were also a few rumors last time that they heard about. So, they've heard the crows were maybe causing some trouble with the Hive, might have gotten some blue coats to round up a few Hive merchants, and on behalf of the crows. The Red Sashes, it appears, hit a wax brothel, and rumors,
Real.
yeah, rumors were that it was a mess, like a scene like nobody has ever really seen. And the spirit wardens have been kind of locking down that area, which is not super usual. The hive is obviously now dealing with kind of the fallout of like the crows meddling with them a little bit. And then there's also this creepy house in Silkshore that is taking delivery of spirits, and it's warded. And the guy who was in the basement who delivered the spirits to them, Sarge found out when he followed through town, knows how to get through their wards, and also lives in his own warded house. So obviously has some kind of protection. And then they found out. Oh yeah, and then Averick, Sarge's favorite vice purveyor, got roughed up by the bluecoats a little bit, but didn't have any information to give up, so didn't lead anything back to the Legion. And I think that's about everything.
Yeah, I think it covers it.
Yeah. So there's a little bit going on here. But we've got some downtime to take care of. So now that everything's finally kind of wrapped up with this score, you guys got some downtime things you can get done. Yeah, whoever wants to kick it off.
All right, I'll do it. That's not. Oh, that's just 3. All right.
Yeah. So you just take a load off.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't your vice purveyor currently getting roughed up?
No, he got roughed up.
Yeah.
Is he going to be pissed at you?
That's why I only got 3 and I'm more than that.
I would have gotten more than that. The night markup.
Because he got beat up and they're asking questions about Sarge and.
Yeah,
So.
Yeah, you might get a couple funny looks. Why are they after me about you? It's fine. I'll get better, but keep me out of it, please.
You're not in it.
Yeah, I'm also
I'm the one that asks on you.
I'm also going to I'm gonna go walk through Crowsfoot, trying to do my thing, but then I get distracted because there's a gambling hall nearby, and I've been super stressed out lately about all the things we're doing. So we're gonna just click this button right here, and hopefully it'll be a good number.
Overindulge?
That's the perfect number.
You nailed it. Right.
Actually,
on
I
the number.
have 6.
Nice.
I have 6 stress. I think that's the perfect number, right?
That is the perfect number. You must have won. You must have
That was,
well
that was
gambling.
a good night right
You made
there.
out
Let me tell
really
you.
well.
I come back from that. I'm in a good mood when I come back. Yeah. Like Cricket, you start talking to me about my gun, and I actually listen this time. I sit there and listen, like, "Whoa, this is great. Show me how it works. That's awesome." Yeah.
Nice.
Happy Lucas.
Cricket?
So I will eventually clear my stress, but first I am still very stressed
Okay.
about our weak hold on this new turf.
Okay.
So I think I want to spend some downtime securing it.
Okay.
I don't know if that's going to look any different than the actions I was taking before. If it's like, I don't know if it's going to be a clock or just like an action might. I don't know.
So
I want to get some solid locks going here. That maybe even special locks. I mean, this might require a little bit of invention, even something that's less more difficult to pick, and maybe reinforced doors that are more difficult to force, right? To just bust down.
Okay.
So especially that basement door, but that's goal number 1. Eventually I'd like to get to all the exterior doors of the butcher shop, but most importantly that basement door.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think this could just be a crafting action to just try and create better locks, and basically just do it like normal tinker roll, and then figure out what the quality of them is, and use the standard scale. You're either making a quality equal to your tier, which maybe means you want to go back and reinforce them later, or if you've got a way to get some coin, bump up right away. But yeah, to me the idea of just like making and replacing some locks, I think is a small amount enough work
The downtime.
that it could be just a crafting roll, and it doesn't have to be a long-term project.
Okay. So yeah, I assume I run back to our old place, get some of the other things I needed that I didn't have.
Yeah.
I say, all right, Luca, you can watch this place while I go get some tools I need to really button it down around here. And then let's mess with this. Come on, baby. All right.
Okay.
So if it is crafting, I still get that boosted
that
success.
bonus. So that'll be tier +1, so quality of like tier 3 locks. And we'll say like any ones you wanted to replace in this building are now tier 3 locks. And you were able to make as many sets of matching keys as you wanted. And they can all be different. You can pair them however you want. Like if you want the back door in the basement to be the same, or if you want to keep everything separate, that's fine. I'll leave that up to you. How you want to do it, how many keys you got, who gets them. That can be up to you.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to think about that, but I would have discussed that with these guys.
Yeah, and whatever the plan is, like whatever you come up with as a group, you did it, and you did it, fairly well. Quality +1 is pretty good, but definitely better than it was before. Yeah, so you've improved them.
That's good. Yeah. Being a tier 1, having tier 3 locks, that seems like a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Puka takes the next day down in the basement, studying the chains and everything, and he ends up realizing he probably needs to go to his purveyor, because at one point he considers like wrapping himself in the chains to experience what it's like, so he can understand it, and realize he's stressed out, and that's a bad idea. So he heads to Powers, up to Father Yorin, just to go talk with a spirit, just kind of get some of this out, because that would be bad.
Yeah, we started thinking those kind of thoughts. Oh boy!
Yeah, you started thinking I'm going to chain myself up to the soul sucking machine. You need to go de-stress.
Yep. All right. So yeah, has a nice chat and feeling better about things.
Yeah, that was a bad idea. I'm glad I didn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you don't want to do that.
No. I just needed to connect with the spirits. I don't need to become one.
Right. Yeah, it's not. You wouldn't enjoy that process.
Probably not.
I don't think you would.
Could be interesting.
In time, you'll experience it in time.
That's right.
All right, cool. So yeah, that's one round of downtime for everybody. You got at least one more.
I think we said exploring some tunnels might be a nice activity for if somebody's got some free time.
Is that actually a downtime action? Oh, it's really a downtime action.
I don't know.
Well, I guess I kind of wonder, right? Because that is an actual thing we can purchase. Underground maps and passkeys, like as part of our shadow crew. I guess.
Should that be more of a score?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's not even necessarily a score, right? Like it's once we've upgraded, maybe we have taken the time to explore them. I don't know from Josh, like your perspective.
I'm pulling up.
To make like taking downtime to do that, would that somehow help us towards that, or I don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. So you've got.
It's probably like a long-term project, I would guess.
We now have this thing for free because we have it.
Secret pathways. Okay. So are you talking about the secret pathways bit of turf?
No, I'm talking about I mean I guess that as well. But no, the crew upgrade, underground map and passkeys.
Oh, okay.
But no, I'm sorry, yeah, actually that it also makes sense. The secret pathways turf. So yeah, I guess that would be a score.
Yeah.
If we wanted the secret pathways, but at least it's there to get.
Yeah. And I think probably what I would say for that, since kind of like you already have one end of it, the score to get the secret pathways bit of turf would involve securing the other ends of it so that you knew you could get in and out without being disturbed, and without being seen. And so it would be about going out to all these and doing whatever you needed, like seeing what the situation was at them and then securing them in order to be able to use them reliably, if that makes sense.
So it seems like
underground maps and passkeys. You have this sort of set of tunnels that you know about. This would be more about things that exist in the city elsewhere, like the city proper elsewhere, in terms of like where else are there underground passages, and how can we utilize them citywide rather than just this kind of limited network that we have here. I think is kind of what that's getting at, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess.
So then, when would we map our what we currently have? Is that an in-game or is that a downtime thing?
That could be downtime. If you want to say, we spend a downtime action, running around through all these and figuring out where they go to, and then it's done, and you know where they all are.
Yeah, it seems like it's either a long-term project or it's maybe an asset that can do it for us. But I mean, that wouldn't necessarily we want to do. But just by the rules of the game, it seems like those are like the two things that would fit under.
Or the score for secret pathways.
Well, I mean, it sounded like Josh was saying it would just be an action.
Right.
This downtime. I mean, you spend hours doing it, right? Like that's
yeah.
I don't know how long that is.
Days.
Yeah. So let's see. Let me look at something real quick. Yeah, I was just looking up secret path. Or wait, no. What was I looking up? This. Where is it? Yeah, so underground maps and passkey, easy passage through the underground canals, tunnels, and basements of the city. So like a kind of citywide thing. You can get wherever you need to. So I guess that would be something to think about. Like, do you want, like, once you figure out where all these are, is that good enough for your needs, or do you need more? And so maybe you skip that upgrade if you think this is enough for what you got to do. For now, maybe you revisit it later.
This seems like quite a lot.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, you have a lot of passages.
Well, then, I mean, if it's worth investigating and then getting a better sense of where all these lead without breaking any game mechanics, it sounds good.
Yeah. Let me look at one other thing here real quick.
Well, once I feel like things are buttoned up, I will disappear for a little while. And you guys don't know where I am, but I am de-stressing because I was stressed out last time. I actually wasn't as stressed as some of you guys, I guess. Cool.
Sure.
All right. a good number when you have 5.
I'd like to see what happened if Cricket had rolled a 6 on that.
Lose your vice purveyor?
No, I think I just wouldn't be back. I think I'd lay low for a while.
The child's like, Daddy, I don't want to see you anymore.
Oh God. Yeah, that's
right.
So
you notice your silencer is missing and Cricket's gone and he's got a bandolier full of grenades and he's
Right.
Yep.
Explosions going off all over the city. Yeah.
Oh man, I can't wait to totally lose it.
Yeah.
let's
Whoever messes with my vice purveyor is gonna yep, feel the wrath.
let's see. So yeah, I would say like if anybody wants to, what we could do is say that like mapping the passages is a like 4-segment clock, because it won't take a ton of time, but it'll take a little bit of time just to get through each one of these. And I would say this will be an insight roll, because it's kind of a little bit of surveying and studying and kind of falls in that sort of vein. And you could do like for this one, I think you could do a group action. If multiple people are going, if you say like, hey, the 2 of us are going to go do all this, and you want to make it a group action, I think that's fine for this kind of thing, because it's something that more than one person can do. Or you can do it as an assist, like if somebody's going to come with you and kind of follow along and like take notes, or be the one kind of scribing things as you go through. That's fine. I think you could do it that way as well, to either get an extra die or extra rolls.
Mechanically, isn't it kind of weird? Like, it's not better to do a group action here because you would both use up your downtime, and like even like getting a 1, doesn't that put a tick on a clock?
Yeah.
So you would just get like the best plus like I don't know. It's just weird mechanically. I know thematically what you're saying makes sense. Yeah.
But at the same time, we could do like what you're suggesting is you go down that path, I'll go down this path, and there's 2 different downtimes. I would assume.
Yeah. And they would both contribute towards the same clock.
Yeah.
I think because it's just sort of a general like
the
clock is you're trying to see where all of these go, right? And so if one person can come back and be like, I know where these 6 go, and another person can be like, I know where the other half goes. Done.
Yeah.
How many segments is that clock, Josh?
4.
Got it.
I mean,
And so that
I'm
would
fairly insightful.
What?
I'm fairly insightful if y'all want to do
an
it.
insight, like how do you roll insight? Is it like the resist action?
It's the number of dots you have of the first tier of each.
Is that how that would work?
Yeah. So
or you say like it'd be under insight and you'd roll.
Just rolling insight. I think we can
So
make
you
this
could
a
have
general one.
Yeah, 3 or. But that's a little weird because that's like it's the number of, like you said, first dots you have.
Yeah.
So you can have
kind of makes sense. Your ability to survey and study and hunt.
Yeah, because you're kind of doing all of that.
Okay.
It's not one specific kind of thing. So.
I didn't know you could just roll those.
Yeah. Yep. You can roll.
Except for to resist.
Category.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What are Sarge and Puka planning to do? Because I didn't have like a big plan for the second. I mean, I needed to blow off some steam, and then I would train otherwise, but I wasn't going to do much else. But I can go explore. I don't know if you guys had anything.
I was gonna clear heat. I was gonna clear our heat.
Oh.
Yeah, that wouldn't necessarily be bad, especially if somebody's feeling trigger happy tonight.
I just think anytime
I have no idea.
We should clear heat. because all we need is one eventful score, and then we could produce a lot of heat. Like, just because we only have 3 now, it doesn't mean we'll have 6 at the end.
Right. Especially if we shoot somebody.
Exactly.
Gun for
Sarge
show.
wants to kill somebody.
Somebody's gonna get shot tonight.
He's gonna pre-kill clear some heat. He's gonna say, "I heard somebody's doing a score tonight, and they're gonna kill some people." You watch, it's those guys.
We're going in hot.
So, sorry, y'all broke up a lot when y'all were talking about that. Sarge, you're going to clear heat. Is that what you said?
Go for it.
So the crows are mad at us.
Yeah.
But
They are.
wouldn't it be better if they were mad
Okay.
at the Red Sashes?
Yeah, we need to make them all mad at each other and not mad at us. That was the
Right.
game plan.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
what's the current balance of power between those three? Aren't the
So-
Lampblacks pretty down right now, if I remember correctly?
So
is
the
that-
so the Red Sashes
Yeah,
had
but the Red Sashes lost leaders. So.
yeah, the Red Sashes had been, and they'd been quiet for a little while. And the Crows had kind of been making a little headway. So it was kind of like the Crows and Lampblacks were struggling for a little bit. But now the Red Sashes kind of came back in and walloped the Lampblacks a little bit. And so the Crows' ascendancy has kind of been pulled back down by, by the Legion.
Our actions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a little setback there. And at the same time, the Red Sashes were kind of getting back going. So it's kind of balanced itself back out. But although, yeah, I would say like the Lampblacks are probably a little behind because, well, the Crows lost like a contact and a little bit of a building.
Just
The
one.
Lampblacks lost people and
Yeah.
a pretty lucrative bit of their business.
Yeah.
All right.
We got
So,
Yeah.
how about
it's
the
Crows.
because we don't need the Crows pointed at the Red Sashes necessarily, but having the Red Sashes pointed at the Crows would be great. And so I want to put out word. That's not something I'm good at.
Usually sneak in and
The thing you're reducing heat.
I'm
You gotta figure out how you do it.
not going to plant a point of drugs because that's too much. But I'm just going to plant those drugs on some
Yeah.
crows and then tip off some Red Sashes that those crows have their drugs.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
One.
No. All right.
Well, we got to use his good skill, so never
Where are those,
mind.
where are those 3D dice? You don't like those 3D dice, man? Your dice don't roll on my screen. Am I the only one, or is
No, I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either. Yeah.
I want to see those? I want to see those
I
three
want to see
prowl
some
dice.
3D dice too. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you reduce 2 heat as you were able to find you kind of stroll by and find some Red Sashes and tip them off. And they kind of give you like, hey, thanks for the heads up. And then, yeah, you hear about a little Red Sash crow scuffle in the streets.
And they find exactly what they thought they were going to find, don't
They
they?
do. They sure do.
Mm.
Sorry, he should be.
We should be getting an extra die on this because of our slippery.
Oh,
yeah.
Your base is 3, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I know he's a crazy prowler.
Yeah, so let's try for
another
that
one.
6. Why not?
Yeah,
Sorry, he drops to 0 then?
it would if he got a 6.
Got a
Yeah, we got 6. But our heat is still at 1, which I think makes Luca happy for some reason.
Well,
Luke is always talking about how he needs some heat.
So he's got one.
It gives you
Just a
more,
little.
it
Just a
gives you
little
more
bit of heat.
credibility. We need a little credibility, you know?
Can't look totally clean.
Right.
Doesn't work.
Can't have that reputation.
If you're totally clean, then you look more suspicious than if you're not. So you gotta have a little bit of.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
All right. Puka's just going to train his resolve. But meditating, talking with
Yep.
people.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. Prowess was a lot easier to explain.
He's deciding to be more resolved.
He's working towards consort, so he'll go hang out with Flint for a little while, chat them up, and kind of talk about some of what's going on in the basement, and work on his horrible consorting skills. So essentially, like he goes up and he's like, "We have a basement that you can kill people in, and the ghosts don't escape." That's pretty awesome. There's some weird people using it.
So
By the way, he has no consorting skills.
Man, don't roll a one.
Check that out. So that's how he's going to work on his consorting skills.
Okay.
I hope Flint is a good friend and helps him realize that's not how you consort.
All right.
Okay,
Nice.
yeah,
there you go. He's worked on it.
chatting with.
We will check also with Flint and just kind of get an idea if I believe it's she, right? If she knows anything about this, about other people, potentially cults moving spirits around, trying to take them for different whatevers, since that's more her field.
So, I mean, Flint can tell you that, yeah, I mean, there are people who, have various uses for them. There are people in the city who are into various arcane things that require spirits. The idea that there's some place that's kind of cut off is weird, and you can tell that kind of like she's taken aback by that idea that there could be some place that exists like that in the city, and as far as like how this the stuff that comes through her, how people get it, the fewer questions I ask, the better. But I wouldn't be surprised if some of the things that have come my way or some of the things I've heard about might have been gotten that way. Seems like a pretty effective, and I mean it's a much safer way to do it than out in the open for sure. And also, if somebody has a way to do that's weird. Somebody having a way to do it immediately and before death is strange. I haven't heard of anything like that. So that kind of power. I mean, the only thing I could think of is maybe the Dimmer sisters. I mean, they're into some pretty strange stuff as far as spirits are concerned. But I steer clear of them. And they don't really have anything to do with me either. They don't really come out of their house.
No, I'm still good.
Okay.
Fair enough. I appreciate it.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, if there's anything I can look into, let me know, but...
Oh, no. I'll be studying it now that we've got our hands on it.
Yeah, you might have stumbled into something pretty rare, gotta say.
Seems like it. We'll try and get a better understanding, make some good use. Hopefully, you'll be seeing me a bit more often.
Sounds like I might be.
Yeah, so I'm gonna my last action. I'm gonna I guess I'll go map. So I try to go find Sarge, but he's like passed out from a drug induced haze or something. You know.
He's hyped.
Well, either way, it's like I don't think he's in like the best position for that.
He's too amped up.
Yeah. I go to the butcher shop and like Cricket's like busily working on the doors, and I'm like, "Hey, you want to go?" And he's like, you know, he's like telling me to shut up. So like I'm like, okay, he's not gonna be helpful. And I like go downstairs and like Puka's down there like wrapped up in chains, and I'm like, "Hey, Puka, you want to go?" And he's completely ignoring me, and I'm like, "Well, fuck, I guess I'll just do this on my own. Thanks, guys." And then yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna use my insight to work on this clock and see what we can map out of here. So I don't think this works, but I just want to bring it. So I have the scouting ability. It says when you gather info to look at a target, but this isn't really a target, is it?
No, not really. You're not looking for like one specific thing. You're just figuring out how all this goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure on that. All right. So we'll need some big numbers. No.
Hey, I mean,
It's all about the top one. That's all that matters.
yeah. The big one is the only one that matters.
The more dice I roll, the less
Kind of like
I do.
what, half done?
Yeah. So you're halfway done. So you check off 2, and actually, I'll move us over there real quick, so we can.
Mike, do you have the clock going? Is that what you did?
Yeah, I put it on Gusk's Camoose. I'll mark off 2.
Good old Gusk.
Okay.
All right. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So basically 10 that you don't know. We didn't really do this, but the one that's like where the cultists typically went. After talking it over, like you guys can put together that's Silk Shore, because that's where you trailed them to in the end, Sarge.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also where he delivered the spirit that he took. So that the creepy house that he went up to and his own house were all in Silk Shore. So you can, or no, he wasn't in Silk.
No,
he went next door, but the creepy house where he delivered it was in Silk Shore. So like it's reasonable to deduce that one is Silk Shore. So then I'll say, Luca, pick the other 5 that you wanted to have gone through, and I'll tell you where those go.
Okay. Since they're all a crapshoot, I'll do the 4 in between Coleridge and the Silk Shore. So the ones on the left.
Okay. Cool.
And then I'll do one above Silk Shore. So we'll take care of that side.
Okay, so that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Cool. So the one that is the one that is just to the left. So this one right here goes to Charterhall.
Hey, Charterhall.
Yep.
Everybody on Twitch already knows this, but that's cool.
What's this?
Everybody watching, the audience is already in on it.
They're just laughing, going, "Ha ha!"
Yeah, yep.
Audience not informing us. We appreciate it. Yeah. All right, Charlie.
Yep.
Appeared.
And it actually comes up in the alley behind Kellen's.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah. So yeah, and I think Coleridge, you knew it came up in the rail yard. Charterhall comes up behind Kellen's. The next one going around the circle there. That one is Dunslow. And that actually comes up. That one comes out in the bottom of the mire, which is this giant like mud quarry pit.
Yeah.
So you come out in the bottom of a big pit.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Seems great.
Yeah.
Need to blow that up. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
What was that one again?
Dunslow Mire.
How do you spell that? M-Y-R-E?
M-I-R-E. This one, the next one around, is also Dunslow, but that one comes out outside and to the. Look at this map. All these maps are in different directions.
Yeah,
But it does. Yeah, it comes up outside Iron Hook.
Oh, good. Yeah. So we found the way to escape if you're in Iron. Got it. Yeah.
Inside would be better.
I'd only known.
Inside Iron Hook.
If I'd only known.
Really something. But yeah, all you do, you just get outside the wall and then jump in the hole and come up in your basement. And that would be fine. Dunslow. Okay, so yeah, it's to the west. So kind of between the prisons and like in the middle of one of these eel farms.
Mm-hmm.
You just sort of come up in this field amongst like farm equipment and stuff. Whatever they use on an eel farm. Yep.
Also?
Yep. So those are two different spots in.
3 different spots?
Oh no. So these two are the same.
the eel farm and the.
So the eel farm is outside of Iron. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. The next
Apparently
one.
it's called Eelery, by the way.
This one
I didn't
is.
know it was actually.
Yeah. This one is Barrow Cleft. And this one comes up between the market and the energy farm. The one Silk Shore you already know, and then this last one is White Crown up here. Yeah. And that actually comes up right near the North Hook Lighthouse. So like kind of right outside the base of the lighthouse.
So does this tunnel go under the water?
So yeah, well, you imagine that you are passing either under or through the water. Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, this one actually, the entrance is in the base of the lighthouse. So there's like a secret door in the base of the lighthouse, and you go in and drop down into a tunnel. So yeah, you come out and it's like, oh, I'm crawling out of the bottom of the lighthouse.
Oh, that's kind of neat.
Yeah. So yeah, and you can kind of, and so like once you get an idea of kind of where these go, it makes sense, kind of, because like Crow's Foot, White Crown is north and northwest of Crow's Foot, so that makes sense. Silk Shore is west. Barrow Cleft is kind of beyond Silk Shore and a little to the south. Dunslow is south, so those two kind of go down that way. Charterhall is like south, right next to Crow's Foot. Dunslow is like the next one down, so it makes sense. Like these two kind of go out and down. The Charterhall one goes south. So you probably, so you can kind of get an idea once you figure out where all these are too. That the other ones probably go geographically north, northeast, east, southeast. if it holds with kind of what
Right.
we've seen so far. And Coleridge, is southeast of Crow's Foot, so that makes sense. So you imagine that way is going to be like Night Market, Charterhall, Six Towers, Brightstone, kind of those parts of the city. So if it kind of holds true with how they're going,
Right.
yeah, and you get a general sense of like, from the directions that you've been traveling, that you would have had to have gone through either through a river or through a channel in some of these tunnels. Like that's the only way to get there other than bridge. So White Crown, Silkshore, Dunslow, Barrow Cleft, those are all on the other side of either the Dosk River or that North Hook Channel from where you are.
Well, I mean, it looks like they're all going to be on the other side of some water of some kind because
unless
there's like a little river to the south. So I mean,
like pretty much unless anything comes up in Crow's Foot itself, it's going to pass through some body of water. Either something very minor like what lies between Crow's Foot and Char Hollow, or Crow's Foot and the docks, or something more major. But yeah, these are all, and it's hard to get a sense, like when you're in it, it's hard to get a sense of how far down you're going. So it's kind of hard to tell, like, are you going under? Are you going through?
right.
I don't know, because you don't really have any frame of reference. Like you're just in a dark tunnel.
Yeah. We're in the Underdark. I got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Time works weird.
So irrelevant.
Yeah.
Okay.
And obviously some of them take a lot longer than the others. Like Char Hollow, not a long walk. White Crown, long walk.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, man, I must have been in that White Crown tunnel for a while.
Yeah, you got your steps in for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cricket hasn't gotten around to making a step counter because none of those counted.
Right.
It's 8 steps and you don't count them, they don't count.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what you know. That's what you got.
All right.
Okay. Luca's downtime has been a lot of walking.
Uh-huh.
With your cat?
A lot of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, with the cat.
Did you take the cat?
Yeah.
Take the cat for a walk? Might as well, right?
Yeah.
The cat's weird.
Sarah.
More like a
Sarah,
dog.
I need a companion. Well, I mean, I was trying to take one of y'all, but y'all were all too busy, so I had to go with somebody.
Yeah, made him do it on his own.
I appreciate your efforts. I will definitely be glad to help, but I had to go blow off some steam. That was a stressful extended mission.
I took drugs to blow off steam. I used drugs to decrease heat, and I took drugs to get better at my security bypassing.
That's right.
So you got yourself in a state that you would make you better at lockpicking.
Well, I mean, it's that time that you'd spend sleeping unless you're on a bunch of stimulants.
I see.
Yeah,
That's how you got some insight.
it lets you focus. Yeah, Larry's offered you some drugs to help you do the
No,
tinkering.
I'd love to have the coin. Yes, I could use the coin very much so
We're not drug dealers,
to make things.
Cricket. We
No,
don't drugs.
Oh, is that immoral?
not
Or-
good. Selling drugs,
Yeah,
not okay.
that's wrong. Selling drugs, fine. Killing helpless people, not a big deal. No, selling drugs, that is wrong.
You gotta have lines.
Yeah, I mean,
That's right. You got to draw a line somewhere.
Right.
Yep.
yeah,
Just
not,
picking for everybody.
If they were helpless, that was a choice.
So Cricket would want to have one more conversation pre-score. Once we are.
Oh yeah, because we don't even know what we're doing. We don't even know what we're doing yet.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So Sarge, are you starting a project of?
I think he's just training.
Or are you just
training? I was just
training. Okay, that's what you're doing. Okay, cool.
I had 2 ticks left on my experience. I just used.
Okay. So you're doing. Okay, got it.
Yeah. So I'm an infiltrator now.
Oh,
Seems good.
right. Good trading.
Sarge has all that extra coin that he didn't share with us.
Yep, that's.
I don't have any coin.
Yeah.
No.
No coin.
So
Right,
so
you
Cricket,
just spent it.
yeah, yeah. Now he really doesn't have any coin.
No, I still have some. I have a bunch of drugs left. I don't have any coins.
Bastard.
I have a ton of drugs.
So
Cricket wanted to get the crew together and chat.
yeah, when we all are back together, yeah, I know we've had a few of these conversations about, I don't know, morality and what's right and wrong, and I just feel like what was going on down there was wrong. I mean, I don't care if some asshole dies, but sucking the soul out of a random person just before they're even dead, that, I mean, we can't.
So if it was an asshole that was having his soul sucked out, would that matter?
I mean, it make me feel a little better, but still, you gotta do him the service of killing him, sir. Just sucking the soul right out of a living body. I mean, what would that feel like?
But their house was warded.
Well, I mean, this is.
But their house was warded.
I like the idea that this new place could be profitable, right? It sounds like that gets coin, but are we okay with that? I mean, I don't think I am.
I don't know about the random people part. That certainly doesn't feel so good. Souls are meant to be in the body until they come out. It is quite interesting how the chains are able to pull a soul out of a living body.
And he was doing some muttering of some crazy nonsense. That had to be part of it too.
I'll work on figuring that out so we can use it. But I mean, the idea of giving them the service of killing them, I mean, they die either way.
Yeah,
this
but
just means that their soul doesn't have to sit in the stink of their body until it's ready to come out.
see, you're worried about the soul. I'm worried about the person who's just having their soul sucked out of them like that.
That's the same thing. I mean, the soul is the person. The body's just a shell. We're doing the soul a service by allowing it to get free of, all this.
I don't think that's right.
Well, I mean, for the assholes, right? It's fine. I think it's fine for the assholes, but for just a regular person, that's no good. Can't just be picking up random people and sucking their souls out. That's wrong. That's as wrong as making human sausage, as Brandon was doing.
Yeah,
There's a good idea for that.
we agree on that, right? Well, that was definitely not okay.
I thought it was. I'm glad I left the meat there when we bought it.
If we want to sell some like animal food or something, but we can't have people eating people.
But if we sold it as animal feed, you'd be fine with that?
Yeah, I mean that's I'd be okay with that.
I guess that could work. I don't know how you.
Does anybody else disagree? I mean,
I don't know how you paint it up to look like dog food or what, or
well, I don't know.
Goat food, but
Yeah, goat food, right? Some nice hearty goat food. That's better than
Don't they just eat plants? Don't they just
probably. Now these goats. Have you seen
yeah,
these
these
goats?
are how much energy they need? They're gonna need.
But I mean, Puka, we almost ordered some of that sausage.
Oh, I know.
I mean, that's not all right for some unsuspecting person just to walk in here and have to eat some human flesh. That's wrong, right? I don't know about the animal thing. We can think about adjusting that part of the business model.
And again, I think I got an idea for disposing of bodies in a easier fashion.
Yeah, we do still got that dead guy downstairs. We gotta. He's
Brandon was taking care of him.
That's gonna start to smell.
I thought we'd ask Brandon to take care.
Brandon's got it.
Well, what do you mean he's got it?
Brandon's taking care of it.
Questions on this one. You know what? This is a new system. We don't need to break anything. We asked our employee to do a job. We need to trust our employees that they're going to do the job. Right. You can't be micromanaging them all the time, right? That's
no. I mean, he has
trust that he's doing the job, and when we need to adjust the job, we'll let him know how to do it.
See, Puka's morality was like right up until the point we found these magical chains. Now he's like, "Fuck it, I don't care."
Whatever.
No.
Nothing can go wrong down here.
It was good killing and within the plan. He's just now building a new plan for using that room and killing.
Well, as I recall, out of character, I'm pretty sure the guy said that was a random dude that he snatched off the street.
Oh yeah. The Puka was definitely celebrating over the chains and completely ignoring that. But now he's clearly agreeing. Like, okay, like that's bad.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like Brandon got like that.
Stressed, and so he could really only focus on the arcane part.
Okay. All right.
Now he's a little less stressed. He's like, yeah, I could have worded that better.
I mean, Brandon doesn't seem like he's gonna question anything. All right, he's letting souls get sucked out of random bodies. He's feeding people to people. Like, I question his judgment, you know?
Well, and that's why we'll have to let him know how to judge things.
Yeah. So he needs
without micromanaging him.
Right.
We do need to recognize that the way that he does things might not be the way that we agree with, but that he is doing that and is going to keep heat off us. If we change the system and then something gets messed up and a mistake gets made, we get a bunch of heat for it. It's not the way that we want to have that happen.
Right. But I think we can work to change the system. I think I can find a nicer way to get rid of the bodies that we don't even necessarily have to take it out of the basement. Something I've been starting to think about. I'll work on it over the coming weeks.
You said that one of those passages led out to a eel farm?
Yep.
That might be something that we could work on in the future.
Sure.
Get a connection with that.
But it might be we need to help Brannon find a higher quality of clientele who bring assholes in. Maybe instead of just a place to drain souls, it's a place to...
It sounded like
questions.
There were other things that happened down here, right? It's not all that. I just think that in particular probably needs to...
Right, having random people have their souls sucked out, right?
Yeah.
Having, white bastards getting their souls sucked out while being interrogated.
There's 6 of them doing it, so why don't we find those 6 and end them?
Whoa, no. I mean, I like the business income. I'm okay with a little. I mean,
right again. Like, now we got the morality of cricket. This is good. I like this. This is a good conversation we're having.
We're getting in the background. I'm checking the box tonight.
Well, I don't know that we need to end them. It's just figuring out, are they just sucking random souls like that guy that we met? Sure, shit, he can go, but maybe we can put him in the chains. Depending on who he works for, we don't know who he might be. But I mean, the other ones, maybe they are just taking scum off the earth.
Right.
So we vet them and then
draw a line, right? We need, it's not anything goes, right? It's not Brandon just invites anybody who wants to pay and then he turns a blind eye and whatever goes. I don't think our basement, your basement, is anything goes.
I mean,
Am I wrong?
I appreciate your input, but I mean, like you said, you didn't put your name on the lease, so.
No, yeah, I mean, it's on you guys. I just.
And you're the one that's speaking a lot about how we don't have any money, so
I like
we need
the money. They're just a soul. It's sucked out of your living body. This is not.
So what's
that's worse than death, right? It sounds worse than death.
Worse than death? It's death. It's the same as death.
It's worse. Have you read Harry Potter? It's worse than death.
Oh, I don't read that trash. I don't read the trash of anybody who doesn't support my friends.
Exactly.
we're reading Harry Potter with the kids. So the Dementor's Kiss is fresh in my mind.
I mean, they are very good books. But I mean, no, it's still death. Like the person's dying. That's not the problem. The problem is the person. Is it a person, who's worth killing?
It looked weird.
Oh, it was great. I agree.
I think why can't you kill them first? Why did you have to do it while they're still alive?
Well, I'll figure that out, but it doesn't seem that that's how the chains work. Perhaps it is. I could try and find out. Perhaps the chains can be used on a dead body to pull out a soul. Then again, if they're using it the way they are, chances are it doesn't work that way.
And Luke, I thought you were trying to clean things up. You want your establishment to be the place that sucks out random people's souls?
I've lived in this part of town for a long time. This is the first time I've ever heard of anything going on over here. So I think there's a pretty tight. I think it's shut up pretty well. I don't think many people are knowing this is going on.
So all you hear about is what's known or what has actually happened?
Well, you're the one that just has admitted that you really don't care as long as the money keeps coming in.
No,
so let's not point fingers about morality.
I don't care as long as it's not random people. I don't care about assholes getting there. Whatever, but
we'll just assume it's a random asshole, and then we'll be fine. I mean,
so you don't want to clean things up. You want it to be quiet.
Sure I do.
You want to clean it up.
Sure I do. But
you don't want other people.
This guy came from Silk Shore. I don't give a shit about Silk Shore. I'm not interested in Silk Shore.
Well,
bring all the assholes you want in from Silk Shore.
You think they're all bad people?
Well, but Luca, the guy's from Silk Shore, but that doesn't mean that his victim was.
Yeah, I'm just making an assumption. Is this really what we want to spend our time talking about? Is we're okay with working on the arcanic part of these chains, whatever that means, and we want to make money, but we want to do it in a moral way, or should we be talking about our next job? Because really, I mean, this is what we're here for. I mean,
really
we got a place, and we knew that.
You got any friends who walk around? You want them to end up in our basement? You got any random friends that just walk around? You want them to end up in our basement getting their soul sucked out?
Well, actually, now that you mention it, we probably could handle both. I mean, our next job, we're trying to make money, right? And we're trying to figure out how this stuff works. I've got a solution. We find someone who deserves it. We go suck out their soul. I know a person to sell it off to. There we go.
But Luca, I mean, you want what's the guy's name who works at our bar?
Brendan.
Rigby. Rigby. You want Rigby? Rigby's walking home one night, gets picked up by one of these weirdos, and
I thought you meant for this.
I'm sure Rigby will be fine. He knows people. He's fine.
Wait, let's back.
He knows people. You get jumped in a alley. It doesn't matter who you know.
But yeah, I'm assuming when they bring somebody to our basement, we'll know about it. And so if we see Rigby being bring down to the basement, then we'll do something about it.
And everybody else, you're just going to assume is an asshole.
No, we're going to know why they're...
I mean, again, I'm still having a hard time getting over the fact that you're like, hey, this is bad. It's, oh, wait, are we making money? Like, I feel like, the juxtaposition of what you're saying here is a little bit off there, Cricket. Your moral compass seems to spin whenever, like, there's money
like a line?
No, I think I get it. So can I see if you're in Cricket, right? Sarge looks around the room, and he's like a little bit anxious about everybody arguing about killing people and what's the best way to do it. Like, it's not the best way. It's just so we're killing these people, and we're not getting caught for it, and that's a good thing. But we want to make sure that the people that are getting killed are people that we want dead. Is that what I'm hearing, Cricket?
Yeah.
Aye.
All right. So we just need to know when they're using this place, why they're using it on these people.
Sure. Yeah. And we got to have a line. There's got to be a line we don't cross.
But if something comes up and they were to just off somebody in here, then we just charge them an extra fee?
I mean,
that's what Cricket seems to be implying. It's bad to kill random people, but if you pay extra for it, it's okay. We'll overlook it this time.
No. And there's some truth to that, right? But let's see. All right, you're a prostitute, right? All right. You have a line. You're willing to do certain things, but then you get to a line. You say, "No, I'm not getting paid to do that. I won't go that far." Right?
So I'll get paid 1 extra coin.
Some things a little ugly.
I mean, one coin is a lot. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Certain lines you will not cross. I will not let you. You fill in the blank, right? You're the prostitute.
I'm not a prostitute.
Well, imagine that you're a prostitute.
Random, and the ones that aren't will just be the existing rate.
I think the general idea is to reduce the number of random people, especially if potentially those people are coming from Crow's Foot, since that's the people we're trying to save. And
People. Or Red Sashes, crows. Like
I got
crows
friends outside of Crow's Foot. They don't deserve it.
Come kill a crow for free.
I mean, they don't.
Red Sashes, lamp blacks, blue coats, any of those guys, we'll just take them down. You can do whatever you want to with them.
Sure.
No,
I've got friends and family that I don't want ended up down there.
I mean, maybe that's
And other people are good people.
but that's how we can make more coin out of this. Right? So we figure out who needs to actually use this, right? The 6 people, the cults, the whatever they are. And instead of having them pick up random people, we offer a service for extra coin to provide said bodies. We pick up the people that we want out. We give them to the people who want the souls. And then we have the solution, right? We're not getting random people. We're getting people out of our way. And we can make some more coin, or at least keep Brandon happy and make some coin ourselves.
Maybe we need to talk to Brandon about what they're actually paying to use to do this service. Because I'm assuming that they're not just walking in and using it for free. There's some give and take going on. Unless they're threatening Brandon, at that point, then they're going to be the next ones down there.
Right.
But let's get back to something earlier said. Cricket, you have family?
Of course I would. Well, do you have family? I mean, how the hell do you exist if you don't have family?
Everyone has.
I do not have family.
I mean,
No,
I
did.
At some point, head family, right? That's
Yeah, I mean, you were born. You had a mom, at least.
or at least a mother.
Like Lucas' face like kind of goes dark when you say that. It's like
I assume you guys all have family. I don't.
Oh, of course, I got family.
I assume yours are not in town.
No.
I got family in town.
oh really? That's interesting.
What the hell do you? Most people have family.
Anyway, so I'm just listening to talk.
So yeah, what are we going to do?
I just found it interesting that you had family. You've never mentioned them before. So I just, I thought that was an interesting piece of the conversation here, because the rest of this conversation is bollocks. I mean, what are we talking about? We're afraid that some people are getting killed in Crow's Foot. Oh my God, that's only been happening for the last forever. I mean, and now all of a sudden we're concerned about it because they're getting their souls sucked out. I mean,
You want to clean things up. What do you want to clean up? I thought I understood.
there's a lot of cleaning up to be done, but it doesn't mean that people aren't going to be killed doing it. A lot of people are getting killed every day. So it is just a matter of, we have to understand that. And again, if these guys from Silk Shore want to be paying us, you want to make money. We're not going to make money by just going around asking people for it. We're going to have to do services. We're going to have to do jobs. And sometimes those jobs aren't going to be to whatever your moral code is. It's not going to fit your moral code. So we're going to have to break that code sometimes, or move the line, as you say. I don't really know what that means, but whatever it means, we're going to have to do it.
It might be.
So,
sorry. Go ahead, Luca.
So I don't understand why this is a conversation that we really need to have. I mean, we've got a place.
If I may,
We've got a place.
If I may, it might be that as we move forward, there's going to be some eggs to crack, but working to do it more effectively, I think, is perhaps what Cricket and myself are aiming towards. I don't think we can just change what Brandon's doing right now, other than the serving people for food. That
You didn't seem all that concerned about it when we were down there. We had a dude in the chains, and you didn't really seem all that concerned about it at all.
No,
So is this your line that's moving now? I need to know, like, because I understand Sarge. Like, I get Sarge's line. Like, there's no line, so that's fine. But like,
he doesn't
way
sell
more
drugs. He
complicated.
won't sell the damn drugs.
we are more complicated.
All drugs.
Who eventually want to work towards something that is better for Crowsfoot, as you do. We're on the same page as that. It's the idea of how can we do that both within what we do and within Crowsfoot as a whole. I'm saying we can't necessarily change what's happening in our basement right now, but we can start working towards shifting it to be something better, right? If we're trying to make Crowsfoot better, we can always start with ourselves.
Well, then why didn't we start last week when the dude had a guy chained to the floor in there and we just let him do it?
Right. That's what I'm saying. We should have. Like, that was wrong. And it's bothered me.
Because there were chains involved. It's almost like when there's that kind of stuff around, Pookie, you get a little, I'd say, tunnel vision about it. And Cricket, whenever there's money involved, you kind of get tunnel vision about it.
Right.
So I'm just trying to figure out what,
No, you're not. You're not listening to me.
And whenever we talk about Whenever we talk about Crowsfoot, you get tunnel vision, and whenever we're talking about killing,
damn right I do.
Sarge gets tunnel vision. Right? We all have our flaws.
What are
Right?
we doing?
We all have our flaws, right? That's part of what's going to make us a good crew, is helping us, get past those. Last week I saw those chains and I didn't see the person in them, but it doesn't mean that I don't reflect on that and go, I really should have been like, hey, let's fuck this guy up. Maybe put him in the chains, get a free soul.
Right, so that would have been okay. I just again.
The cultist, he seemed like a right bastard if he's picking up random people, sucking their souls out.
All right, so
I know where he. Do you?
So we just go grab him and bring him to the basement, and
Well, it depends on who's connected with it, right? And that's.
We don't want to bring him back here. I think it'd be better to kill him in the open than to bring him back here.
Why?
no, you got those like spirits and spirit wardens and right, Puka, and then like how that works.
Right.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is there's a line, right? I don't want to kill innocent people. I don't mind killing assholes. I don't want to kill innocent people. Because it could be your mom, it could be my cousin.
Got it.
There's a line, but I think I also hear what Luca's saying, which is, at least I hope, we're going to have to move the line. Ideally, we move it in the right direction.
That's what I thought he was about. I thought he was trying to make things better in Crowsfoot.
Well, there's only one.
We're hearing from Luca, he's got a better sense of Crowsfoot and the crazy things that happen here, that bad things happen all the time. Right? There's already a line.
And that doesn't make it okay, right?
The line just is very close to the negative end. So moving the line is going to require us to understand where it is. So I'm saying, let's not, long run, have the random people killed. I think it'd be great to, as Sarge said, maybe vet these people and work towards not having random people killed. But I'm starting to understand that the moral codes that we're coming from don't necessarily apply here. We're going to have to work to get this place up to, I guess, perhaps how you and I think about it.
From this point forward, though, like, we're not talking about last week. We're talking about from this point forward. I just want to make sure that the moral code thing we're talking about is, because again, I in the last however many few months we've been working together, I noticed that, as you said, our moral codes all shift whenever something desirable comes into play for us. I want to make sure that, the decisions that I make, I don't know. You just Cricket, if you're that worried about somebody that you love being snatched off the street, then maybe you don't need to be in Crowsfoot. Because people get snatched off the street of Crowsfoot every single day.
And you're okay with that?
No, I'm not okay with it. What do you think I'm here? What do you think I'm trying to do?
That's what I thought. Okay, then we agree. We're not okay with that. We're in agreement.
And we're going to work towards better.
Right.
Great. Good.
Let's go make some money. Come on.
Right now, I've got some projects I want to work
Right.
on. I do not have the coin for it.
Right. Let's go make money because that's going to make it better. All right.
Yeah, let's
We
go
need
into
money.
our-
You do.
going to
We got
allow-
to pay off our debt if we're going to make this place better.
And again, we can mix and match. Is there someone in particular, that is rubbing us the wrong way we want to relieve?
Well, there's 3 groups in particular that are rubbing me the wrong way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So whose soul are we sucking out today?
Are you guys, just so I know, are you guys having this conversation at Brannon's or at the hideout?
Yeah, just like
I-
a meat counter, right?
I think this would be at the hideout. I think this would be
Okay.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, I
just
don't
checking.
think this would be like we're just like standing over the butcher shop.
Yeah.
Just
Like in the
talking
basement,
about-
I don't know.
I mean, no, just
Yeah.
out in front of the shop, waiting for Cricket to. He was working on something on the lock. So
Yeah, I
while
think
people
our-
walking by,
Yeah, I think our philosophical debates happen around this table, and then our like more realistic what we're actually going to do happens somewhere else. This is where all the things like we're going to do this to be better, and then all the things we actually do happens elsewhere.
that's what growth looks
Good.
like. Yes.
Good to know.
That's growth. Yeah,
All right.
okay.
Just checking.
As long as you take more steps forward than you take back, you're moving forward.
Okay. Yeah, I read that somewhere once. Yeah. So in the meantime, what
as
are we?
this-
Yeah.
So as the
Good.
conversation's going on, and you can continue, but you do hear bells ringing to the north, like from Charterhall, like the Bellweather Crematorium bells are ringing, which you can hear throughout the city.
Which Bellweather is where the spirit wardens are, right?
Yeah. So when things die, the bells ring.
Oh, that's where the bells are. I thought that was like that's an indication.
The bells are housed at Bellweather, and then that is
So you always hear them from there. I thought you were saying like
Yeah.
the bells are going off where the death happened.
no,
like-
nope. But you do hear the
So
bells.
that means that somebody died, or that means somebody's. What does that mean?
Somebody
Like,
has
what are the bells?
died. Somebody has died in the city,
Right.
and
So
generally
every
the
time somebody dies, the bells ring.
bells ring. Yep. And so, like as you know,
It's probably not the first time we've heard them.
you've heard the bells ring before, and a lot of it's happened in downtime. It didn't happen
Yeah.
when in the basement because
Basement's awesome.
Right. Right. The
but
basement's
yeah,
a great
generally
place
when
to kill
the
people.
so like now you put it together. For example, like when you heard about what happened with the Red Sashes last week, that was the bell we heard then. So you are hearing bells now, and generally that's followed by crows and then spirit wardens, because that's their whole thing is that any body that dies in the city, they got to get to the body and get it back to Bellweather. Yep. So just as you're having this conversation, the bells ring.
Someone died.
Somebody died.
It's another day in Dust Bowl.
So what is our what leads do we have on the next score?
Depends on what
We
we
need
want.
to make some money apparently.
Puka, you think you can sell off is it any soul, the right soul
I mean, the higher quality the soul, the better the price.
what do you mean the higher quality of the soul? Just like the more
Not
powerful,
a random soul, I believe. is-
Right, not a random soul. Right.
Right.
like a more powerful person.
Generally,
More
I mean, I don't know. You correct me. Just generally, the more powerful a person in life, the more powerful the soul in death, and oftentimes the more powerful the soul, the longer it's been around. So a fresh soul, yeah, it's worth what it's worth.
Yeah, and soul. I mean, that. Yeah, souls tend to. They get more towards like mad and monstrous the longer they wander. So like the things they want to do as they wander the world get worse and worse until they turn into this kind of monstrous ghost, and that's bad.
Yeah. I mean, it's an option. I know somebody who buys souls. We have souls. We have an option. But I mean, if we want to hit another gambling den, or I don't think we should do another drug den. That didn't pay off at all.
So,
I am.
oh right.
So,
Yeah, things worked
so
out
do
pretty well there.
you have any? Do you have any souls
Oh no,
captured in your ectoplasmic chamber right now?
no, I haven't come across any in recent days. And we also have, the Red Sashes lists to go sell off. Need to go get in
We do.
contact with
Yeah.
Bond fella.
Oh,
In
and
contact with who?
Bond Errand.
and and you do get like sometime in these couple days, you do get a message from Brandon saying like Bond is ready to meet you whenever you want. You just let me know and he'll come by. And
That's probably not a bad place to start.
Yeah, is that going to be a score, or is that just a little
that's just a
side thing?
yep. That's just you meet,
Get to know him.
get to know him, find out
Get
what the
some-
deal is.
Yeah, let's get that out of the way.
Yeah, I think some quick money is always good. And
Yeah.
then maybe we can go back to doing real scores like we're doing.
Yeah.
I don't remember who this Vaughn person is all, but I'm gonna go with it. 'Cause
This was the name you got. That is like the guy who used to meet Needle and take the crow's information and get it to where it needs to go, get the most money he can out of it, get the money back to you.
He's our covert drop
Yeah,
guy.
he's your guy.
Oh, he's our drop guy.
Right.
Oh, okay.
The place isn't the covert drop. The guy's the covert drop. We also now have the place
Yeah.
and the
Okay.
place to meet him.
So yeah, this is how he operates. He comes to this place, meets with somebody, uses the tunnels to get to where he needs to go, gets the information sold, gets the money back.
Keeps a cut.
All right. Well, let's go do it.
Yeah.
Heading back to Brandon's.
Mhm.
Yeah.
As you start to make your way towards Brandon's, bells start ringing again.
Oh boy, busy day today.
It is a busy day today. Huh.
Hopefully, it's Red Sashes, Crows, or Land Blacks.
Gotta be.
Puka, like as we're walking out, Puka's gonna stop and he's going to because no, we're not in Crowsfoot. We're in
You're in
Charterhall.
Cold Charter, yeah, one of those.
Coleridge.
Coleridge?
Yeah,
Yeah,
your
Coleridge.
watchtower's in Coleridge. So you're not. I mean, you're not far.
no. I'm just trying to think of like I know.
You just gotta either go up through Charterhall and over, or
Spirits.
through.
But I mean, Puka, like as we walk out, because is it a little strange that they're going off this often, or is it not strange? And you're just noting because it's important, but it might not actually be strange to us.
Yeah, actually, you know a tunnel to get from Coleridge to Brandon's.
Yeah, we do.
know a tunnel. That's right.
We do.
It's by Kellen's, right?
No. Well, yeah.
Is that the one?
There's also the. I thought Coleridge
The rail
Coleridge
car,
is the
right?
rail. Yep.
The rail car. That's right. Yeah. Let's go take the rail car away.
So yeah, and as far as that was pretty quick succession.
Okay, why not? Puka will attune to the spirit realm and see if there are any spirits around to potentially chat with.
So you just like stop in the middle of the street and start like
Yeah.
Eyes roll back.
eyes glaze over and
Yeah.
head spinning around. Okay, all right, cool, yeah.
Do you usually put your mask on when you do this?
Yeah, because if you're talking with spirits, you probably should have your mask on.
The mask
yeah,
goes on.
Yeah.
Sorry, all I could think of was like, the current times we live in, putting your mask on. That's what I was thinking of, putting my mask on.
Nice.
Keep the.
I don't know if they're around. If they're around, it seems like
the tuning.
We all.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the middle of the street.
We all stop and look at.
I mean, he's on the side of the street. He's not
doing the thing again.
not that stupid. I guess I'll clarify.
Yeah. So yeah, there's so yeah, there are some spirits around who sense that there's something weird going on in Crowsfoot.
That's the information I get out of it.
Yeah.
Just to click it.
And I mean, if you ask a little more, like, hey, what's going on? It's like, well, we don't know. We can't tell. Which spirits usually, I mean, they have a pretty good perception of what's going on in the world. Like, they can generally see everything that's happening. But yeah, they don't seem to understand. Like, people are dying, but they can't quite figure out how it's happening.
They can just point in the direction of dying.
Yeah, there's people dying over there, but we don't know why.
Well, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Woo!
Is there?
Come back. There's it seems like there's some extra death happening in Crowsfoot, I suppose. Or maybe it's nothing. Hopefully it's just, warfare, but
Turf war, yeah.
we might want to be a bit aware when we're going. Might be good to take the tunnel and not the streets.
Probably easiest.
Although we may not see what's going on if we take the tunnels.
We certainly.
I'm up for either one.
I think I'm going to take a stroll through Crowsfoot.
I will join you.
It's a little longer walk, but it's a nice day.
Sure.
And hopefully the right people are dying in Crowsfoot.
Is it a nice day?
It's never.
Right. I mean,
it's a nice, whatever it is.
Nice dusk.
It's always dark and gloomy and never
great.
nice.
That's great.
I mean, it's no worse than any other day, so it's a nice day.
It's not any worse. Okay, so yeah, as you start getting into the borders of Crowsfoot, the bells go off again.
Damn.
Jeez.
And you see crows, the Deathseeker crows, but they come from Crowsfoot. So you see them come up above the skyline in Crowsfoot and then fly to somewhere else in Crowsfoot and go down.
And are these crows specific? Are they unique in any way? I can't remember. Are they they look like regular crows? Are they bigger? What was the?
They're distinct. Yeah, they're distinct. If you know when you see them that these are the Bellweather crows, these are the Spirit Warden crows. Yeah, they're bigger, sleeker. They're obviously not just your run of the mill crow. But they usually come from Bellweather and go to wherever the death happens, and then the Spirit Wardens are coming along behind. But this is 3 in pretty rapid succession, so they didn't even get done with where they were, or they didn't leave where they were last until this bell rang, and then they came up from within and went down somewhere else. So whatever the second one was, probably here, and then this third one is somewhere else.
So the crows on the third one left Crowsfoot.
So on the third bell, they came up from Crowsfoot and landed somewhere else in Crowsfoot.
Okay. All in Crowsfoot.
Yep.
Busy day.
Sure.
Do you want to follow the crows?
I think it's worth a look.
Sure. Hopefully it's not going to make the spirit wardens too busy.
We're not the first rubberneckers.
No, I'm just thinking, the Sashes may not have given up their plan to get into Bellweather.
So they might be offing people to create a distraction.
It would be quite the distraction. That might be part of what happened to the Lampblacks and why the spirit wardens were there. Perhaps they've got something they're doing. I don't know. I'm just...
Oh, you got a point.
Probably nothing.
Yeah, you got me. Yeah, we oughta.
So you're going to go to Bellweather?
Cricket starts to sweat a little bit.
I mean, we could. I don't know that there's nothing to do.
I'd like to just keep an eye on it and make sure we don't see.
So, we go to Bellweather and we see a bunch of Red Sashes coming out. What do we do then, guys? I want to know the moral code here before I
Murder them?
Check one of these.
So this is good. All right.
Right? They're bad people.
I mean, they're all bad people, but
Yeah, agreed.
okay.
Yeah,
So Red Sashes, Lampblacks, and Crows are on the table for just murdering whenever we see them.
Yeah,
Sure. It seems for the most part fine as long as it's the plan to murder them so that we're not just releasing spirits and being in the situation we're in right now where perhaps the Red Sashes are getting spirits back to fuck us over.
Yeah.
they signed up for it.
They signed up.
Luca looks at Sarge and raises an eyebrow. Okay. And he turns back around. So you want to go to Bellweather?
I think we should. Puka's got a point. This could be it.
I mean, from the plans we saw, we won't know who's a Red Sash, right? They're supposed to be going in as spirit wardens.
Can you do the thing you do and tell? Can you tell like whether they were spirit wardens or not? Like, with your mask and opening your mind up.
What do you think this mask does? Like see through people's spirits and read their souls? That's actually a good idea. I'll work on that.
That sounded. Yeah.
No, that's a good idea.
That's not right.
I can't do that. Like I can go up to spirits, but not while it's still in the body. That's.
Well, what about the spirit wardens? Are they different in some way? Is there a way to they have a?
They're people, as far as I knew.
Well.
All right. Well, let's walk that way as we talk about this, so we're not, falling behind on the next death that happens. Yeah. Let's take a right and go to Bellweather.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Please continue your conversation about whatever it is you're talking about.
I mean, what makes the spirit wardens special? It's just like they're.
They have a special masks. I don't know if it's a uniform type mask or. Because I thought it was like with spirit wardens, you don't really know who they are.
It's
like
a bronze. It's like a bronze mask.
So that's how you can identify them, but that's usually all you know about them.
Yep. Yeah. So you guys are coming from Skull Ridge. So you can either and Bellweather's in Charterhall.
God, this map's sideways.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are going that way. That's north.
I know. I'm just used to seeing Crowsfoot a certain orientation, and I'm like, wait, I gotta turn my head.
So you can go through. I mean, you can go through Charterhall on the way to Crowsfoot.
Yeah, let's do that.
If you want. And Bellweather.
We'll take the main road straight down into Charterhall, and then.
Because Bellweather. Oh dear, this map.
There you go.
Bellweather is right here.
Oh yeah, that's totally on the way.
Yep, that's
We'll
Bellweather.
take the main road. then we can take a left after that.
Yeah.
Right in Crowsfoot.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you just come up by that main road, you can go by Bellweather.
And Red Sashes would be coming potentially from this way, right? That's their headquarters.
Yes.
Or they be coming out of. Depends on.
Maybe they used our secret passages and we didn't know it.
Bastards! Oh my god, I'll kill them.
Yeah, they're in the
I mean, I don't
basement.
know if Luca's not just happier. Like, he should just be happier that we want to kill people and that we're more okay with killing people. Luca's starting to get a Jiminy Cricket. That's my feeling.
Luca has a nice hop in his step right now. Because, like, now he finally doesn't have to keep an eye on Sarge. You guys have cut loose on the moral, and now I can just look at Sarge and be like, okay, Sarge, you heard him. And, like,
killing is just a question of who and when.
I always agree with that.
Our heat low right now, you know,
right.
they're not random innocent people. Right? They're the asshole gangs that run this town. We're not an asshole gang, by the way. We don't deserve to die.
A stealth mission where we're not trying to kill people. This is a mission where we are trying to kill people.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
As you know.
Not necessarily. If we can deal with it another way, that's fine.
But assuming everything is true that we think is true, murder might need to happen. We probably should capture a couple of them.
I'm Luca, head of the Legion, and these are my moral advisors, Puka and Cricket. Nice to meet you.
I don't think you could ask for better moral advisors.
Seems right.
Yeah. They have a higher moral standard than the rest of Crowsfoot, so
that is a fair point. I will say, yeah, your moral code is higher than probably anybody else in Crowsfoot, including me. But yeah, all right. Yeah. All right. So what do we find? How many more times did the bells go off?
Yeah. What are you doing?
So I had stuff with me.
Okay, yeah. If you want to have stuff with you.
Be nice to have a rifle right now.
That would be good if it
I mean, you can have it. I put it back together.
I
finished.
No,
No, it works. It works. It's not updated, but I finished my designs. So I'm ready to. I got to get some stuff, and then I'll next time.
I wouldn't carry the rifle through town in the middle of the day. That might look a little weird.
I have final.
It's always nighttime here, so.
That's true. During the daylight hours.
Yeah. So as you are getting to near Bellweather, the bells are ringing yet again. Kind of as you're crossing from Coleridge into Charterhall, and this time there are crows, Deathseeker crows, and they are circling over the top of Bellweather itself. And
start running.
Yeah, looking it up the main road there towards Bellweather.
Yeah.
Everybody keeping pace with Puka.
Yeah.
Puka takes off.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'll be playing catch up because it'll surprise me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll catch up.
Come on, Cricket. Puka's excited.
It's weird running with the briefcase.
He is excited. He's never been inside Bellweather.
Yeah.
Is that the wrong thing to be excited about right now? Sorry.
We all like what we like.
Yeah.
This is just making my life easier. No worries.
So as you come around the corner from this main street, so Bellweather's kind of tucked in the middle of that block. So to get near it, you come around this corner onto this, this street that I'm trying to draw on. So you're coming around that corner, and you get to see Bellweather from that vantage point. And what happens there is you see 3 individuals leaving the Bellweather grounds. You see 2 two Red Sashes, who are, they have some injuries. They're kind of limping along, nursing some wounds. And then you see another person who's got a body over her shoulder. And as she, as these three come out and you're kind of coming around the corner, they look your way. And anybody who wants to, let's see, where is this thing? You can
make a perception check.
What's my perception? Let me check.
You can make a survey. It's a risky standard survey roll.
Is this a group survey?
This is kind of each of you sort of taking this lead in.
I mean, am I going to screw this up if I like?
You'll be fine.
Okay.
Well, you get 2 dice. What do you? Oh, no, 0. Okay.
You did get 2 dice.
Yep. All right. So
I did about as well as anybody else.
So yeah, if you succeeded,
Sarge not rolling.
I rolled.
I didn't see yours. Luca, Cricket.
Oh, weird.
Would be funny if Sarge. Yeah. All right. So Puka, Luca, and Cricket all at the same time as this person glances at you. Sarge, you have no idea. Like, I can't quite make it out. This looks like the woman that you stabbed in the Red Sash hideout.
I'm assuming draped over the shoulder, right?
What? She's the one who's got
over the shoulder.
somebody. No, she's running with
alive.
someone over her shoulder.
Oh, she's alive.
She's
not dead.
carrying a body
Yeah.
over her shoulder.
Luca.
And she glances your way, and as she sees you, she takes off down this road faster than you've ever seen a human being run in your life.
Ooh.
That's not good.
And the other
Better get
two,
shooting.
and the other two look, and they're kind of like, "Uh-oh," and they start running too, but they're running like normal human speed, and she's off way ahead of them, like dashing down this road.
Man, be good to have a rifle.
Can I shoot her?
You can certainly try.
Because I'm a sharpshooter,
You
so
are a sharpshooter.
her range doesn't really bother me that much. Now her speed might bother me, but yeah.
But yeah,
All
you can certainly take a shot at.
I'm gonna take a shot at her.
Yeah.
Because this is what we said we were doing. Yeah.
It
Y'all
is,
said y'all
it
wanted
is what you said you were doing.
yeah. Is this risky and all that good stuff?
Yeah. So this is just a risky.
Watch this,
Hunt.
y'all. I'm gonna roll two.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll 2 6s right here. Watch this. Oh.
It's,
That's not bad.
Too bad.
Or-
Sorry.
yeah. So you shoot, and you hit her
all right.
in the shoulder, and what she does when you do that is interesting. Yeah. So
That's why I don't shoot my gun, boys.
So she stumbles briefly, and then there's some other people who are kind of like watching this, like, what is happening? This woman is running, carrying this, and that guy is shooting. She grabs someone like that. I mean, she just reaches out and snatch and bites them, and then tosses them to the ground, and keeps running.
All right, so I don't know much about much.
Use your other bullets.
Yeah, electroplasmic rounds.
And Puka's starting to book it forward.
Yeah.
But he does shout back, use your other bullets. Use your spirit bullets.
I'll flashback to loading my. I don't know if I would have my electroplasmic ammunition loaded in my other pistol.
Standard pistol and an extra pistol with ghost rounds.
What look at that?
Yeah,
I feel like he'd just have 2 guns with regular rounds.
I mean, I feel like I would too, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if.
I mean, you could spend a little.
But either way, I'll start loading it. If I don't have it, I'll start loading it as I run because I'm gonna run with you. I'm assuming you're chasing after her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or catch up to any of them. Oh yeah, we're not catching her. You can catch her with shots. We're not.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to catch her. Yeah.
I was gonna try to catch the Cronin.
Which way are they going?
They are going. Oop! I turned off my drawing. They are going this way.
Towards Crowfoot.
That makes sense.
Where are we? We're at the corner.
Yeah, you're
chasing them.
You're like you started here, and you're chasing them this way.
Okay.
And so she took off, and she's crossing this bridge. The other guys are lagging behind, so you're not too far behind the other guys. But she's moving real fast.
The person that she bit, did that person like die? Did they fall down? Are they dead? Are they just holding their neck?
Yeah, they're just like laying on the ground, like at the corner here, like right as you start to get on the bridge, and she's running across it.
Okay.
So Luca,
Where is the Red Sashes headquarters again?
This one.
Depends on the orientation.
Not far. Yeah.
Oh, okay, right there. Oh, yeah, that's close.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So Luca, you think you've got maybe one more shot at her before she's around the corner off the bridge and back.
I'm going to take one more shot at her.
Okay.
Because I think the way I read pistols anyway is that after you shoot, then it takes a little bit of time to reload them. Because I don't think they're like actual pistols.
Revolvers.
They're more like musket shot pistols or something like
Yeah. So and I think that's like if you're using if you've got the spirit or ghost ammunition, whatever the spirit ammunition is on you, you can be loading that one. So basically, you think you've got time to like load, prime real quick, and like fire off more before she's out of sight.
Okay. That's what I'm going to do. I don't know if anybody else is doing anything before I do that, but that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, what's the situation with the other two?
Yeah, and as he's
Red
doing
Sashes?
this, like they're running. But I mean, if you guys want to try and run them down and catch them,
I'm going to do that part.
you can.
Yeah.
So that'll be happening as Luca's priming the shot and getting ready to take aim. Then whoever is chasing after. You can.
Cricket. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna be running and putting like my mask on, like mid-run. I'm probably like 10, 20 feet behind these guys as I'm like trying to get my face covered.
Yeah. So and whatever you're trying to do, you can be trying to like run up and grab them, tackle them, stop, like however you want to do it. Just let me know what you're trying to do to these guys.
Puka will go for a tackle.
Okay. So this will be, if you're trying to like run up and tackle them, this will be like a prowl to start with as you're like dashing up behind them and trying to leap on them, and then sort of depending there, we might get into skirmishing or whatever. But anybody who's trying to run and grab one of these two, you can do a risky prowl, and then Luca, you're making a risky hunt to try and hit her once more before she goes.
Made it.
All right, I'm gonna try to get this guy.
Okay. All right.
So I was gonna try hamstring them so that they're not trying to run away anymore.
Okay. How exactly are you doing it?
By cutting the tendons behind one of
you're
their
just
knees.
gonna slash.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ouch.
Sarge is gross.
All right, and then and Luca, go ahead and make your, since this is happening at the same time, go ahead and make your hunt.
So I don't ever do this. So what's the mechanics of the game? Like, I want to actually I want to press myself to make a better shot than I could do. What is that called? How do I do that?
Yeah, take a couple stress, get an extra die.
Yeah, 2
stress to get an extra.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna take a couple extra stress to try to. Since I was cured of my stress.
Yeah.
2 sixes.
Come on, let's see a couple 6s. Yeah.
All right. So so I'm gonna hunt.
I feel like
get an
a6
extra
would
die.
be pretty good.
So I get an extra die. Is that what it means?
Yeah, +1 die.
All right. Come on, just like D&D, roll dice.
There it is. That's a 6.
There is a 6 in there.
Third one. That's good. You took the stress.
Yeah, no. Oh.
Yep. Okay. So
that was all that remembering how to shoot things. You haven't shot him in a while. You had to really focus in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've never shot a blood drinking woman before.
Yeah. So what happens is you hit with that piece of ammunition, and she staggers and stumbles and drops the body. But she is staggering across the edge of the bridge towards the house. And so a couple things happen kind of all simultaneously. She's stumbling towards the house. You see some more Red Sashes coming out of the house, and a couple of them are dragging her in. And there's a couple more who see Sarge slash this guy and hamstring him, and they start running your way, drawing swords. Puka, as you try to tackle this guy,
Pretty good at it.
Yeah, like you're diving for him and you just really misjudge it. And so you end up hanging off the edge of the bridge. Like you kind of just stumble and you're about to tumble into the water and you catch yourself. You're like hanging like, oh, uh-oh.
Oh, you gotta talk to those water spirits you've seen before. Yeah.
Just letting go and fucking me.
Yeah.
You see all this happen kind of simultaneously. Like Luca fires and that woman tumbles down, but a couple of people are coming out to assist, but the body's there. They're more concerned about dragging her into the house than the body at this point. You've got two with swords out running towards starting to get to the bridge and come towards Sarge, who just slashed one of their guys. The other one is kind of managed to get out of the way and dodge Puka, who took a little tumble, and this guy's still running. So you got one who's still making his way across the bridge, two more who are coming your way. And now we have a little street skirmish happening, apparently.
I mean, yeah, I'm for what.
The rest.
I've been excited to try one of these babies out. So.
Oh boy!
Yeah, come on, let's go.
All right.
Let's do it tonight.
Yeah. All right. What you got going on?
Oh, I've got a grenade in my hand. I'm getting ready to take aim.
All
so
right.
whenever I see a pocket of not my people, let's just inflict maximum harm.
Yeah. So right now you've got these two with swords who are kind of getting to the edge of the bridge. So if you get it right, you think you could probably get the two of them and the body. If you wait too much longer, they're going to be kind of getting close to where it starts.
Oh yeah, I'll check it.
All right.
You're throwing a grenade? Is that what you're doing?
I'm throwing a grenade over your guys' heads because I'm like 20 feet behind you.
It might be good that I'm not on the bridge right now. We'll see how
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, it's a good thing you went under it.
Ready. All right. So throwing a grenade. This will be cool. I'm excited.
God, don't roll a one because you'll hit me in the back of the head. Yeah,
definitely push this one.
What kind of grenade is this?
Grenade. I don't know.
So is this okay, grenade. So we got the shrapnel grenade.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is the close charge with a short fuse and metal shrapnel. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This will be
Good luck, Luca.
this will be something.
I've been waiting. I saw Lucas shoot. I've been waiting to chuck one of these babies and just see what it does.
Yeah. So let's see. How do you even throw a grenade?
I'm hoping finesse. Can we go finesse on that?
Yeah, it could make sense.
I have a dot in finesse.
That's it.
No.
Yeah.
Handle of it now. I mean,
say
It
either
might be hunt.
hunt a target, attack with I don't know if I would consider this necessarily precision shooting.
that's true.
I would say either finesse if you're trying to like land it, or I could see a case for wreck.
Or yeah.
Ooh, wreck. Yeah, wreck
I
seems.
see
guess
wreck.
you are
I mean,
wrecking.
I would say that you are, wrecking a place, item, or obstacle with savage force, or
Just
breach.
happens to also be people in the way.
Yeah, like the people might be the items that you are wrecking with savage force.
I mean, it's the same. It's a dot either way,
Yeah.
but yeah. And I will push myself to. I'm really like
Aim this grenade.
we're gonna do this.
All right.
So bonus die. Come on, grenade. Ooh!
Resist!
Okay.
As I feel it slipping from my hand the wrong way, I squeeze.
You're like, this is gonna be a bad.
Of it falling
I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and roll resist, but you can tell me what would have happened.
Yeah.
But I'm sure I want to resist it.
Yeah.
So
I
is
think,
that a
like,
prowess resist or?
Yeah, that'll be a prowess resist. Yeah, I think this is like you just don't quite get it far enough, and you'd probably catch a little bit of Sarge with it. Maybe Luca, probably not Puka, because he's below the level of the bridge right now. Yeah, but yeah, you manage to. Like, you feel it slipping, and you're like, oh, I got to get myself under it a little bit and give it a little extra oomph. And so you kind of stumble and sort of like fall down flat forward as you go, because you're just sort of lunging to give it enough extra oomph. So you're kind of face down on the street. And Luca, you can kind of see this happen. Cricket's like, oh, and sort of dives forward and launches this grenade. But it does, and so it goes and it sails the other end of the bridge and hits, and just you see shards of metal come out and just like rip through these guys, and the Red Sashes who were coming with swords just fall, and they're just like face down on the bridge, bleeding everywhere. The bells start ringing again, and they're pretty loud because you're just a block over, or 2 blocks over from Bellweather, and there are some crows right there that start kind of circling around the bridge. So basically you've only got one living crow left, because you've got the 2 who are running your way. Oh, actually, yeah, the third who is running away also gets caught by this. So you've got the one who fell at the edge of the beginning of the bridge that Sarge hamstrung. Sarge saved his life by not letting him run full speed into that grenade.
Sarge saving lives.
Yeah.
Yep. Look at all the violence I saved him from.
Yeah. And people are starting to flee now. Any people who are like still around here in the neighborhood, they're leaving. They're like screaming and running away. It's kind of chaotic here right at the moment.
My plan is to run over and try to get the body that lady was carrying, because that seems to be a relatively important piece of this. So that's my goal. I don't know what that involves, but like I'm trying to run to get the body that she dropped, if I can.
Okay.
I don't care about the other Red Sash. Sarge will kill him, I know.
Probably.
No, capture. Getting souls.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah, so go ahead and make a risky prowl as you're trying to like zip across this bridge and snatch up this body.
Risky
to
pro.
do something with.
I want to push myself again. I'm going to take some stress.
Luke is all in on this.
Hey, man.
It's action time.
I'm glad it took the...
Too bad.
Who knows? Not the one. The 5.
All right. So yeah, you managed to get across, and you like these other 3 are just kind of bleeding out.
Yeah.
And you grab the body, and as you start to pick it up off the ground, you see some activity in Red Sash HQ, and it looks like there's more of them getting ready to come out the door here and start dealing with whatever's going on.
I'm gonna run back across the bridge.
Okay. So yeah, you scoop up the body and run back across the bridge.
Do I recognize this person at all by chance?
The body? This one?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't think so. All right. Well, yeah, I'm running back with the body.
All right. So you got one who's still laying on the ground, holding their leg, kind of trying to scrabble along the ground a little bit.
No, he's not. I have him scooped up.
Yep.
I have him scooped up.
All right.
I've got one of his arms over my shoulder. It's like, come on, guy. You're having a bad day. Let's not make it worse with a lot of struggling.
And he's kind of trying to, is twisting a little bit, but not putting up too much of a fight.
No, he wouldn't.
No.
He's really distracted right now.
Yep. There's a lot going on.
Yeah. So I'm really just shockingly polite to him.
Everyone's growing.
Such a nice guy.
Yeah.
Like a serial killer.
So Josh, I remember I'm flashing. Sufjan's flashing back.
Mm-hmm.
So when we did the crow heist, I remember it tuning, and you said there was like something in the water. Wasn't it this stretch of the waterway? Because I feel like we went from Crow's Foot up into Charterhall when we, or was it a different direction?
Let me look at my big map.
No, it was down the other way.
Yeah, that was the other. Yeah.
Oh, that was into Silk Shore? No, I thought
it was into Char Hollow.
It was, I think, it was going from Crow's Foot into Char Hollow. I think that's southern river that runs under.
Oh, I had it because it's road.
Yeah, it was down. It was down here somewhere.
Yeah, well, I was thinking up, but the whole thing gets
because the map is sideways.
Right. Of course.
Yeah. It's the same point on the map.
Because I remember it was right here.
You came from the other. Yeah, you were coming from
right here.
That way last time.
Anyways, so hanging on, I'll just try and get my feet purchased, so I'm not just barely hanging on.
Yeah.
But I am going to look down at the water and reflect back on that feeling before. So Puka's going to hold on tight and attune to see if there are any malicious spirits around that he could try to bargain with real quick.
Wow.
Okay.
And I'll even take a devil's bargain on that.
You'll take a devil's bargain. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Devil's bargain to make a devil's bargain.
You'll make it. Oh, I like it. All right. Let's see. What's your devil's bargain gonna be? All right. So you're trying to open up and see what's going on around here. What do we want to do? I haven't done one of these in a little while. This is pretty good.
Because I'm usually the one that asks for them, and I haven't lately.
Yeah. So you start to get just as you're kind of getting ready, to open your perception, or even sort of at the edge of that, You feel like you get a brief sense of a pretty strong spirit, but you feel like if you go all the way, like if you reach out and try to make that connection, you might not be able to completely sever it. And so you feel like you might have some kind of ongoing link
Puka.
with this thing if you reach out for it.
But what's the drawback?
So
No, I'm kidding.
So-
I understand.
yeah, so what you gather is like if this link continues on, this thing might be able to use it to find out where I am. And so basically what we would do in game terms is we would start a clock.
Right.
And this thing is going to be working on trying to get back to whatever this thing that reached out and made a link with it
Done.
is.
Is this risky, or is this more than risky?
This is risky.
Okay.
Yeah. It's pretty risky.
I'll take the 5.
Okay. So yeah, so you get a brief link with this spirit, or you create a link with this spirit, and you can tell this spirit is in a great deal of pain. You can tell this spirit is in the Red Sashes headquarters. But it's you also you get the sense of a couple other things. It becomes aware of you, as you kind of expected.
Mm-hmm.
You get a couple things also happening. Other spirits don't seem to be aware of this particular spirit. And you can kind of sense as you zone in on, like you hone in on where this thing is. It's like, why isn't anything else interacting with this? Oh, they can't even like recognize that it's there. And its pain seems to be diminishing pretty rapidly. And as it sort of makes its way out of this haze of pain, you hear a voice in your head, a woman's voice. What are you doing?
I need your help. There are Sashes, the people that you're around, that are trying to cause harm. If you can help me, maybe I can relieve your pain.
Help you?
Right?
Help you do what exactly?
Seem like quite the spirit. Could you take over one, cause some chaos, do something to keep them busy for a little bit?
Keep the Red Sashes busy?
Sure. Then you find me and I'll help release your pain.
You would like to be found?
I like to help spirits who need help.
I can arrange you being found. And as the voice says that, there's a moment of quiet, and then the rest of you see, Puka, you don't because you're hanging off the bridge still, but the other 3 of you see a whole lot of Red Sashes burst out the doors and come running towards the bridge.
Break up.
Coming to find you, Puka, you hear in your head. You wanted to be found? Here they come.
Bad spirit.
They'll bring you to me if you'd like.
That's the vampire.
Yeah, you're talking to her.
Maybe. Oh.
That's why she's in so much pain.
Yeah. That shot her good.
We're definitely going to help release her. All right. Well, I'll unattune.
Okay. You drop your awareness of the ghost field, but you can still feel a little bit of presence in your head.
Okay.
It won't be that easy. I'll be looking for you.
I look forward to it.
And it dies down a little bit. It mutes, but there's the sense that like it's there, and it might start talking to you again.
Great.
At certain
times.
Yeah. But yeah, there is a whole contingent of Red Sashes coming out and looking like they want to maybe find a guy hanging off a bridge and bring him in their house.
Why, how would they know I'm on a bridge?
Somebody must have told them.
She doesn't know I was hanging on a bridge. I resist that.
I will say that as I was running like back across the bridge, I was probably going to be saying, "Puka, come on!" So I hope that didn't give you away.
I get the sense that she knows that I'm on hanging off the bridge. I'll try and pull myself up and run with them.
Yeah, you got the sense that like she knew where you were. It was like, oh, guy who's hanging off the bridge. Okay, send some people to come find you. Yeah.
Cool.
Cricket, throw a last one in that group.
I mean, I'm going to get myself up, spit the dust out of my mouth, brushing myself off, and then my eyes will widen as I see what's going on here.
Yep. Yeah, there's a whole bunch your way.
So I'm gonna pull 2.
Oh boy! All right.
I'm gonna take the other 2 out of the bandolier, and I don't know what I do that.
So go ahead and change our crew. Go ahead and change our Red Sashes to at war. Go ahead and move that meter over to at war.
Only like half of us, because half of us are wearing masks.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, I'll
citizens arrest. It's fine.
I'll lob both of those in there.
Let me see fly.
Yeah.
Right. Go ahead and wreck them.
All right.
Is that what you push for a wreck? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna push myself.
All right.
I got this time.
Can I throw a stress in also and say like, don't forget the running.
Aim for this point.
Yeah, you can try to help him and be like,
Aid me.
Lead him a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Sweet. So 2 extra dice.
Yeah. Yep.
Is this risky or am I desperate yet?
I think that this seems pretty desperate.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Josh? It's totally under control. What are you talking
I'm
about?
not sure that it is.
That double.
Let's do it.
Come on. Triple sixes.
Oh!
Oh boy.
I mean, can you be at war with only a handful of people?
Yes. Blow the shit out of those guys.
Right.
Thanks for the tip, Sarge. I was gonna get him, but you really, I nailed the right in the middle there.
Yeah. So this crowd of Red Sashes, this little group of them is running across the bridge, and Cricket's just like whoo, whoo, and these 2 grenades go lobbing over and drop right in the center of the bridge.
Sorry, Puka.
Yeah. Puka's scrambling out. He was starting to scramble out, so he's getting up over the bridge as he sees these 2 grenades go lobbing, and then might speed it up a little bit. And so they go in front of all but like the lead 2 Red Sashes who are running across like drawn swords. And as they hit and detonate, the shrapnel just goes everywhere. And it also just like buckles the middle of this bridge. And so the whole back row is just like full of holes, like, right? They're just getting ripped through by all this metal. And the front 2 are getting it in the back. And as they're running, they're like, running, and then there's no bridge under them anymore, so they're smacking into like the busted edge of the bridge, just crunch, and then falling into the water. And so this whole, like, they're just bodies falling into the water, and the bridge is destroyed. The bridge is out. The bells are ringing like crazy, like just clang, 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 clang. And there's a lot of smoke and dust and everything up in the air, and yeah, it's
Hey,
man.
good. Now they can't get to us easily.
Nope.
This is,
You have cut off this.
this is very good.
Bit right here.
How many red sashes was that?
I'm just gonna go ahead and cross that out. So there were 8 of them, and they're all.
Man.
They're all
Here's the
done.
positive point. When you do a score, it's just whether or not you had any kills.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
We have cracked the seal, or I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Once we took one out, we just kept going. I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to kill them all. I mean, that's go the distance.
So in Puka, you're just like scrambling over the edge of the bridge, and you see these 2 guys just like dropping in the water, and there's just stone falling and splashing. But all 4 of you are on your side.
The Bellweather side.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna smuggle this guy.
Okay.
Question about Bellweather: is it like an open? Is it like just an open place anybody can go in, or is it like a closed gate, or is it a closed big door, or like
Specifically,
they were coming out, like when they were coming out, were they just like bring the body out the front door, or were they like?
So they were coming over a wall. It has a stone wall around it with a big gate, and so they were coming up over. They had just come over the wall and were like making their way away from it when you came around the corner.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Let's do a. I don't know if this will be a stress flashback or not, but I'm willing to take the stress for it.
All right.
When we saw these guys coming over the wall, then Sarge says to Luca, "Do we want them, or do you want them to be brought back to Bellweather?"
Do we want them? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll as we were like running and shooting, I would say like the body they're taking was my focus.
Okay. So I'm gonna just smuggle this body back to
the basement.
The basement.
Yeah, that's what we got it for. It's great.
Yeah, that's why we have this basement.
Yep.
I don't think we can flash back to our exit strategy since we didn't really plan this. So
You just
every
kinda
man
came
for
upon
himself
this.
is the default.
No.
I mean, this is a great score, though.
But like as I'm running with Puka, I will say, so would you advise to put this body back in the crematorium or take it with us?
I mean, if they pick it, I'll probably take it twice. Let's take it with us.
Okay.
Spirit still in it. Let's find out.
Okay.
We don't have any tunnels on this side, do we? That we know of?
Charterhall. I don't think. Can we?
I hadn't found that yet. I don't think.
You didn't look on that side, did you?
You got no. Let's see. You did not. Yeah, let me jump over.
We got all the Silk Shore and Dunslow and Coleridge.
Yeah, you got
White Crown
Coleridge.
even.
White Crown.
Yeah, we got White Crown to Dunslow, but we did not get anything in this
That's a ways up there.
top side here.
Yeah.
On the
So yeah, you do have.
northwest.
You do have Coleridge. So if the goal is to get back to Crow's Foot and into
Coleridge is the way to go.
Granids, then you could go through Coleridge and through the tunnel.
Isn't one of the isn't the about the alleyway behind what's his name's there? Where is that? Oh, is that Charterhall?
Was it Charterhall?
That's Kellen's place is in
Kellen's
Charterhall.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That
So,
would work.
So yeah, there are a couple of ways. You could go you could go down here, and you could stick to the alleys and stuff and get back into Coleridge and take the tunnel that way, or you could stick to the alleys into Charterhall and go behind Kellen.
I
Charterhall
think I
is
feel like I think Sarge and Cricket, y'all take one way and we'll take the other way. That way, if anybody's following us, they'll have to choose who they're going to follow. Because if we all four go in the same entrance and somebody sees us, then that kind of.
Yeah, man, I'll follow that command if you. Yeah.
Yeah. So you and Sarge take the I'll like just say I'll just say to Sarge, go Charterhall and we'll go to Coleridge and we'll meet you there.
Okay.
So.
All right. So
I am
Sergeant Cricket.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and
I'm on my way back.
And Sarge, you're taking the guy that you hamstrung.
Yes.
And then Luca is carrying the body you up. That was the one who came out of Bellweather, and Luca and Puka are going that way.
Yeah, the one that Puka looks particularly excited by. Yes.
Does the guy that I have has a rapier or something with him?
Yes, he does.
All right, I'm gonna cut that out. I'm gonna cut his belt off.
Okay.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna give him a dose of some trance powder. We don't need him screaming.
Yeah, he's hurting. He should relax.
Yeah, that's just a sedative.
Right.
Chill out, man.
You just give him a little, and
Yeah.
he stops. He's kind of struggling, and yep. Cool. Well, then, and I assume that you're trying not to be seen. Yep. So.
I hope this is a group prowl.
So this will be two groups. This will be the Cricket and Sarge group, and the Luca.
I'll see if I can beat that with my one die.
Oh, damn, come together then.
So
Rely on me.
Sarge and Cricket totally fine. Sarge is like ducking around and showing all this shady. just stay right by me. And Puka and Luca.
What's this?
Yeah, I need to resist that one.
Well, what happened? What horrible thing is going to happen to us with our two
And your dead body.
in our dead body?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cricket, aren't you glad you're with me?
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Thanks, Luca, for sending me this way.
yeah, so what's gonna happen if you don't resist is that you realize that you're being trailed by some crows, and then back down in the distance, you can see some spirit wardens starting to round the corner and follow the crows in your general direction.
Uka will definitely resist that. We
You
don't.
want me to, how do we resist? You want me to resist?
No, I'll take it.
All right.
Just a question of which one you want me to be resisting, or what group.
For this one. Yeah, so this will be that's I need to look one of these. This will be a prowess resist.
Very nice.
Yep.
Okay.
So fine,
Hold on.
you're fine. No stress at all. Easy.
It is. What's stressful is being on a bridge and having another vampire not like. Not bad enough. I had one vampire that did like me. I have two.
What? Two vampires?
I mean, maybe it's an assumption, but she bit a person like.
He did fight a person and
And
seemed to maybe
get
drink some
better.
of their blood a little bit, and then felt better.
Yeah. Right. So
Yeah.
ballparking.
So you're telling me Sarge killed a vampire? Is that what happened? Or did they come back as a vampire? Or was she not a vampire when Sarge killed her?
She was not.
I wasn't.
She was a living, breathing human when you killed her.
Oh shit.
Well, yeah. I thought,
She got inhabited by an evil spirit.
right. As I recall, a vampire is
A vampire is
spirit.
a spirit bound to an undead or a dead,
Of course.
and becomes undead basically.
Right.
Dead body animated and sustained by a
dear.
But it's not necessarily her spirit.
No, it is not her spirit. Her spirit is gone.
We'll find out.
It is a vampire living in her body.
We'll find out.
I feel better about shooting her then. I should shot her again.
Wow.
We're gonna start carrying the electroplasmic ammunition all the time.
So yeah.
Cricket's like,
Um,
I need to make some of those into grenades. Electroplasmic grenade.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. We can size those babies up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Electroplasmic grenade. There you go.
Cool. So yeah, you guys managed to, take a, sort of duck out of the way and sort of get ahead of, make such a meandering course that you stay enough ahead of the spirit wardens to be able to jump into the tunnel and get back. So you arrive back at Brannan's, and all of you, and so Cricket and who went which way? Whoever went.
Me and Sarge came the coal.
Sarge and Cricket probably got first. Yes. Yeah,
Charterhall Kellens. Yeah, we both come out of these two bottom doors.
You took Kellens. Okay, so Cricket and Sarge will get there first, and then a little while later. So you guys are kind of hanging out in the basement or doing whatever you do for a little bit, waiting for your friends. And it might be a little bit of a.
So at first,
yeah,
excited. He's like amped up, woo! And then like eventually he starts to be like, oh shit! Oh shit!
What did
I just do? As the adrenaline starts to drain out, he's like freaks out.
Man. I think this Cricket makes his old age. He's gonna have a lot of post-traumatic stress. He's gonna have flashbacks all the time.
Sarge pulls out a little tiny bag. He's like, "You want some?" A good chaser to your most recent experience.
Well, what does that do? What does it do?
It'll help.
Like it calms you down?
It evens you out.
Nah, man, I can't. I can't mess with that.
So he just opens up and taps some out onto the inside of his thumb. It's like, shoot yourself.
Sarge gives out the drugs and Cricket gives out the trance powder. You're walking and these two guys are sitting on the floor like...
Yeah, actually, you know what? I might have my own stuff. What do I...
No, you need this stuff.
What do I got?
Yeah, what do you have? Alchemicals.
Anything? Drown powder? What does that do? That makes you feel like you're drowning? That's not good.
Drown. Yeah, I don't think you want to take the drown powder. Probably.
Ooh, I want to have that ready. So I'm gonna. Is this guy still unconscious?
I can't remember.
He's in sort of like a stupor.
Right.
He's just like, everything's great.
When we were smuggling him through the town, I took that opportunity to bind his wound so he wasn't leaving a blood trail. Because that would be,
Yeah, drops of blood all through the...
Yeah, we can't have that.
No.
Now that we're here, though, I'm going to go upstairs and grab a chair. Unless there's already one down here.
There isn't, but you can go get one.
All right, I'll go get one. And stick him in it.
Okay.
And tie him up, movie style.
Okay.
And
so it comes true.
Apparently.
Yeah. So trance powder is like hypnotic trance. So you're just kind of like,
so
everything's very pleasant. What is? Yeah, drown powder makes you feel like you're drowning. So.
Is that right?
Probably not that. Yeah, it incapacitates by gives you the sensation of drowning.
No. I'm gonna give some dreams. I'm gonna do a little dream smoke. I think.
Smoke? Okay. Yeah.
I'm just gonna. Yeah. Just. I'm not gonna go heavy on it, but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
That seems good.
Yeah. So you can see it's like it's this resin, and it. It's not as strong as Black Lotus, so you don't go into like the total stupor. You're just sort of like, calm and relaxed, and you don't get that hypnotic trance. You just get this sort of like, everything's great. I feel nice, and it's just sort of this nice, warm, tingly feeling.
Sounds good.
And so, And here he comes. Perfect timing. So, and where are you, Cricket? Just so I know, like, where were you doing this? Just so I know. Or are you just like chilling in the basement somewhere?
Yeah, down in the basement, just like sitting against a wall.
All right. So
I started by like rocking there and like freaking out, but now I'm like, yeah.
So Luca and Puka get back, and Cricket slumped against the wall, just like, yeah. And there's a chair in the middle of the room with a guy tied to it, all bound up. I mean, I think he does. Yep.
I think I just accomplished a goal. Everybody noticed that I accomplished a goal?
Getting high with Cricket.
Goal.
Yep.
Yep. 2 to go.
Yep. So that's what's going on as Luca and Puka get back. Looking a little. I mean, their trip back was a little more stressful.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get back. You got the body.
Yeah. I'll plop the body down.
Puka will try to sense that the spirit is still in that body.
Yes.
If that's possible.
Yeah. The spirit is still in that body.
Good.
Yep.
Like, so now that we've got this, so we don't recognize this person at all.
The one that you brought back.
Yes.
So now that you kind of take some time to like set him down and take a look, yeah, you do recognize this person.
Oh.
You recognize them from a place that you've been that belonged to the Red Sashes.
Our first score.
Yep. And it was, not their headquarters. Another place.
Oh, was this the guy? Was this the guard at the end?
I mean, there's any number of people.
Yeah, was it? I mean, was it anybody in particular in there? I mean, obviously it was, but I mean, was it the person the last room, or was it just a random person in
this was one of the people in one of the other rooms.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, you now recognize. Oh yeah, this one looks familiar. We killed this. We made this body this way.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
We're responsible for this one.
Why would the Red Sashes be breaking into the crematorium for this person?
It's like I talk and you don't.
I really don't.
So, all right, I'll try. The spirit's still in this body.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So the spirit's still in this body. You know how I talk to spirits?
Right.
The spirit wardens can also talk to spirits.
Uh-huh.
Though usually they destroy the spirit that's in the body.
Uh-huh.
Good so far, great. So the Red Sashes got this body back because I'm sure they can talk to spirits.
Okay.
Great.
Still.
And what do you think the last thing this person saw was? And he looks over at Sarge.
But is that really worth? I understand all that, but is that really worth all of that?
If you want to know who struck, killed, half a dozen or a dozen of your people and stole your money.
But that was several weeks ago, and there's a lot of things going on that probably would have had their attention by now. But we kind of made some noise for them, right? First we did that job. We definitely have now.
They got hit again, and their leader was killed. Who now is
clearly not.
Well, she's something else now. She's not. I don't know that was her. I guess
sure it was her. Looked just like her.
No, I mean her spirit. I think her spirit changed.
Jesus. Oh no, there's no D's here. Yeah, whatever the higher being is, I say.
Oh, Leviathan.
Oh, Leviathan, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, great Leviathan.
Isn't like the ruler of this world like supposed to be a deity?
Yeah, like the emperor,
Yeah.
the sort of eternal, undying emperor.
Oh, the Emperor's hand, I say.
Yeah.
Guys, chill out. It's all gonna be fine. We're good. It's gonna be. We got it. We're gonna be good. We made it.
Yeah.
We're safe here.
The Red Sashes are a pretty large organization. I mean, they're
Just not as large.
There are 4.
And they're 17 down right now.
They're a 4?
Yeah, I mean they're down 17 from where they were.
No,
No, they're a tier 2.
Okay.
They're
That's
just.
good.
I mean, they have a school, so they have a large number of students who aren't necessarily maybe fully Red Sashes yet.
Did I just kill a bunch of students? Bunch of kids?
You might have.
It was hard. There was a lot of.
They looked like giant monsters when I was looking at them.
You didn't have time to look into them all.
They were freaking me out. It was just a bunch of school children.
Yep. The trainees.
Man,
They
the
happen
next time you give me crap about cleaning up this town, I'll be like, yeah, but you killed
Hey,
kids.
technically, that was outside of Crow's Foot.
No, it was on the bridge. It was on the bridge. The bridge is
Space, like that's.
Yeah, which territory manages that bridge?
Come on.
You're gonna have to find some public land records to find out which side that bridge belongs to.
They should have
Where's the
made
border?
Doesn't belong to anybody now.
We'll find out. Whoever fixes it.
Yeah, whoever repairs it.
They should have
If
joined
it never
that.
gets fixed, we'll know it belongs to Crow's Foot.
Exactly. Yeah, if we just stick like that forever.
They're like,
Like, oh, yeah,
fuck
that was
it.
definitely a Crow's Foot bridge.
We're not paying for that.
Right. All right, so like
So
that's why they're gonna snatch this body. Okay, I guess that makes sense. I mean, I'm sure I'll ask you about it again next week, but
There you go.
yep, you will have forgotten by then.
I mean,
Why again? Tell me about that
why
body.
are we? I don't understand. Why do they keep going? I mean, this dude is useless.
He's
Yeah.
dead.
Right? He's dead.
Speaking of things that are dead, so I mean, have I been able? Like, do I have like in my mind before we got here? Did I have in my mind, like in the back of my mind, like is that presence just always there?
Yep.
Is it still there now?
It is not there now. And as soon as you
figured-
passed into the basement, that link got severed.
Great.
I wonder if that severs the link.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Actual
you'll find out when you leave the basement.
We're never leaving the basement. Oh,
Yeah, we're still
staying here
finding out
forever.
after-
Never really got the basement.
Yep, Puka he lives in this basement now.
No, I mean,
Cricket does.
I'm here,
Not
but-
going anywhere.
you know, you can't capture a vampire from in here. You gotta go
Right.
get hunted.
Are they worth
Yep.
some money?
Probably.
Oh, yeah, let's get a vampire.
And we've got 2 spirits right here that we'll be able to sell.
Well, and actually, let me ask, because I don't want to like. Is it fair for Puka to make that kind of connection that it could be a vampire?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
I mean, he's going to do more research.
Yeah.
And try to figure out more specifically, but I don't want to be shooting off of the mouth.
Yeah.
Don't you already have a vampire enemy?
Yeah,
You probably have knowledge of vampires then.
potentially some, but it might be more that I'm their enemy. We haven't fleshed that out yet.
But yeah, I mean, and the things that you could the clues that would lead you to put that together are one, that it's a powerful spirit, which a vampire is basically a spirit. It's just a spirit that's taken residence in a body. And the fact that other spirits were not aware of its presence, that's generally kind of a tip-off to vampires, is that Yeah, spirits don't tend to be aware of them. They are invisible to spirits. They're kind of like a void in the echo. So spirits don't see them, can't harm them, and generally just aren't aware of their presence at all. Because whatever the process of becoming a vampire and becoming enmeshed with this body pulls them out of that world. So the fact that you were aware that, like, why isn't anything else aware of this big old spirit here can tip you off to that. Whereas like ghosts, other ghosts know that ghosts are there.
They sense one another.
Yeah.
To a degree.
Yep.
Okay.
Is Brandon here?
Do you go upstairs?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's upstairs.
Yeah, because we're coming to be like, hey, we want to meet your contact. That's how we started today.
Yep. You're going to come over and say, hey, we're ready to have a meeting.
I was actually just checking on to make sure, since all the bells were going off, I just want to make sure he was still alive.
Yes, he is. He's alive and upstairs.
And he's in there like chopping meat or whatever. I'm like, cool. And I just close the door and go back downstairs. I just want to make sure he was still alive.
Yeah. He's actually he's not working when you go up there. He's up front, kind of like peering out the windows, like, what in the world is going on?
A lot of bells.
Yeah, like people are dying out there.
Crazy day in Crowsfoot, or just Tuesday.
Gang wars.
Just a regular old run in the mill.
I have to suppose that this breaks the average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The body count was particularly high today.
Yeah, it seems like a lot. We had double figures.
Yep. And the destruction, the destruction was up there.
But it was
Probably not contained today.
I'm just going to keep throwing that out there. Sorry, Mike, say what?
Probably not contained today.
No. But I mean, again, citizens' arrest should like diminish that. Like, we were the good guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go with that. Yeah, we can go. Sure.
absolutely.
The rest.
All right. So
We saw a crime and we stopped it.
we did stop the crime.
We committed
so we
other
will-
crimes and we did it.
I mean, you gotta break a few eggs.
That's when we started the thing. Exactly.
Broke a lot of eggs.
So we will wrap up there for this one, and next time we do Blades, we'll pick up with some bodies in the basement and see what happens with those.
Ask some questions.
Yeah, ask them some questions, see what's up.
So
So we hope to be back Thursday. I'm actually going to be on vacation, so as long as where we're staying has good enough internet, then we will be doing D&D Thursday and streaming. If for some reason we can't, we'll announce it. It'll be on Twitter, whether we're doing it or not, and then we'll figure out we're either going to find an alternate day or maybe record and post later. We'll figure it out and we'll let you know. So hopefully we'll be back live on Thursday with D&D. We don't think we'll be doing RPGs on Sunday next week, but maybe some board games. So you might see a few of us. We'll do something. We'll stream something on Sunday. Might
With
be board...
audio.
What?
With audio.
With audio, even.
With audio.
I'll probably remember to do audio. So we'll have something. So we should have hopefully one or two more streams this week. But check up on Twitter with us to see what we're up to and what's going on. So hopefully we'll see you Thursday for more pushing further into Zarasindrek. And then Sunday for
Suspingar. You're saving Zarasindrek.
Right, saving Zarasindrek, going into Suspingar. All these D's.
Unless you guys drew up some evil party, evil characters.
If we get a PK, I say we start playing for the winning side.
Yes.
Can't beat them, join them.
That's right. We'll just play an evil campaign.
Yep.
We take over and destroy the world.
It's coming. Do what?
We could be Shar clerics and paladins of Shar.
Yeah.
We could be Shar Asmar.
Followers.
Shar Asmar.
Wait a minute. Then could we play Illithid?
No.
Oh, they don't care. Look, they don't care about Char.
No, I know, but I'm saying like, if we're playing the bad guys anyway.
The Alliance.
Right.
So it's half the party has to be Char, and then the other half. You can have one Illithid for each Char.
I'm
There you go.
multi-classing a thought devourer. That's all I
Oh, you
know.
want to do
Yeah.
So it sounds like we'll have. I mean, we could do 2 Char followers, 1 Illithid, and then Drew can be like the Illithid's little pet brain thing.
No, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
As long as my brain's not getting.
Ooh. Yeah, could I play a Beastmaster Hunter and could that be my pet?
CR2?
No. If you're a Beastmaster's pet, you're a lot better than CR2.
But just think, if you were not a Beastmaster Hunter, and he was still your pet, then your pet will just become like, you just got to make sure he eats the right one, right?
Yeah.
Like you got to point out the right one, and then you're just taking over whoever that was.
Yeah.
Give me that character sheet. You're mine now.
Yep.
Yeah. What's this? Oh, I'm a level 20 wizard. Sweet.
I guess we'll find out Thursday.
Yeah. No, if it was a wizard, you have to step 1 is cast Feeble Mind on them. Step 2 is the Intellect Devourer.
Right, because you got to be stupid enough to actually take the brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got to hit him with that, and then get the brain in there.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah. We'll work it out. We'll figure out some way to do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Excited about it.
and there's plenty of bodies down here, right?
Yeah, there are.
Like we'll get you somebody good.
There's plenty of bodies. I mean, y'all are still way ahead. Y'all have taken out a lot of bad guys. I mean,
Yeah,
wow.
be proud.
8th level.
Easy. We'll get that.
Okay.
All right. Well, this was good.
I got one more question.
Yes.
What if we're all? So I know Johnny doesn't want us to be Illithid. What if we're all Intellect Devourers, and then we turn on our masters and take over Illithid?
Are they dumb enough though to take over?
I mean, if you roll well enough, right?
No, I think that'd be actually impossible.
If their intelligence is
3d6, yeah. 18 or 19 or higher, you can't.
and they do max out.
yeah.
Well, too bad.
But if I level up, could it 46?
I was just trying to figure out a backdoor way into Illithid.
Yeah. I mean, we'll give us some thought.
Polymorph yourself.
I don't think they're beasts.
No.
No, that won't work then.
All right. Well, we'll figure it out on Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's solutions to be had here.
We'll come up with something. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. We'll see you some other time this week.
Hopefully Thursday.
Yep. Hopefully Thursday. Good night, everybody.
Good night.